E ngā mana whakataitei kei ngā maunga whakahi huri noa I te motu I te awa. No hoki nau mai rarau. Nau mai hoki mai ki tēnei o ngā whakāturanga motuhake a whakaata Maori me LPL. Let's play live e kia nei ko NBA 2K18. Ko ori ni kaipara ahau a I tēnei wiki kua hoki mai te tungani nei a Duan Mutu. Rāua ko Kimo Holtam. Kia ora boys.
Kia ora.
Kei te pēhea ngā piro. How are you feeling?
Oh, well, it's great to be back firstly, so I love it. Good to see you. Good to see you too, Kimo. And look, it's a massive week. It's the Final Four. Best 4 players in the North Island ready to rumble. So, yeah, I can't wait.
I'll tell you what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to commentating with Mr. Mutu.
Oh.
Let's have some fun, man.
Hey, I'm looking forward to it.
Ka pai. Hoi anō e te iwi, mō koutou kātahi anō ka hono mai ki tēnei o ngā kaupapa nui whakaharahara. I roto I te haora e haere ake nei, ka whakapāho motuhake ake mātau ki runga o whakaata Māori. Taro ake, āmuri I tērā, ka haere tonu ngā mahi ki runga I tā mātau whārangi ipurangi www.maoritelevision.com. No reira, kaua e haere tawhiti kia āta noho, kia hāneanea te noho I te mea e haere ake nei, ko ngā whakamahu ki e pāna ki tēnei kaupapa NBA 2K18, Piripi Taylor, kei a koe te wā.
Kai te rapu a te tangata toa o Aotearoa mō te whakataetai NBA 2K18 e te kamupene LPL me whakaata Māori. Toko maha atu ngā tāngata I whakauru I te whakataetai nei, nā te kauma ono anake ngā kaitākaro I kitea. Toko waru no te ika Māui, toko waru no te waipaunamu. Ia wiki toko whā ngā kaitākaro ka whakataetai ngā kēmu e toru ki tāmaki makaurau. Ka waimari e te tangata katoa, ka aroha hoki te tangata ka reitoa. Ka pakanga ngā kaitākaro whakamutunga I ngā kēmu e 5. Hei te toru te kau o Mahuru. Te NBA 2K18 o Aotearoa, he whakataetai mutunga mai.
Ai, ka tikara, he whakataetai mutunga mai, he whakataetai nui tēnei. Nera e tamama, hei te toru te kau o Mahuru, o tēnei marama tonu, just 3 weeks away from the grand finale. What do you guys make of what's going on right now?
I love it. You know, we saw that in the explainer. Win, move through, lose, and it's kumatu, right? It's the end of the road. And we saw that it was 8, now we're at 4, and that's what I love about this tournament. It's like literally you've got to get it done, otherwise you're literally out of the tournament.
Yeah, because if we think about it, the field has literally been cut in half. I mean, we started with 16, and now there's only 4 left from the North Island and 4 left from the South Island. It's the best of the best, man.
That's right. And te kaumārima mano tāra te nui o te wāriu o ngā taonga ka whakawhiwhia ki te toa whakaihu waka. Hoi anō kia titiroa ke tātou ki te rārangi. Te whakarārangitanga o ngā kai whakataetai koinei te ika a Maui I te wiki tuatahi I toa a Paki kia Taisino. That was a huge upset. Another huge upset in the same week was stonecoldkilla taking out Airborne. Nō te wiki tuatoru ka ki te tātau I a Notorious-God. Notorious-God rānei e turaki ana I a Tetsu and then Zirinic beats King Kerr. Hurirawa ke ki te wāhi pounamu ki te wai pounamu anei te whakarārangitanga o te tuawaru tuatahi ara ko Riz versus Henny King Steve. Riz of course advancing through to the finals. Mini Slug, he was amazing last week versus I'm Hutch. JD versus Hendo. JD of course advances through to the finals and Tropic Superstar bringing a bit of superstar thunder magic, whatever you'd like to call it. Nana I turakia get a clownfish. So it's been an amazing first 4 weeks. We're into week 5. What do you make of today's competition, the lineup?
Well, the lineup's fantastic, right? Firstly, and like you just alluded to there, we saw in the first matchup with Paki, he's the reigning champ for everyone that's tuning in. He's the he's the best, and he took on Taisino, who arguably is one of the best players in the country in week number 1. So he's coming in this, he's still the number 1 seed. And we'll also see in match number 2, shortly it'll be the 2nd seed against the 3rd seed. So it's probably where we thought it would be, but now it's about to ramp up.
Oh, dude, it's just all quality today. Every single player that we have in the competition today, they're coming with their A game, and they are really good players. I mean, Zirinic and Notorious was probably one of my favourite players so far, so I'm looking forward to seeing that matchup.
Pai, hoi anō kia tūtaki atu tātou ki ngā kai whakataetai tuatahi o tēnei rā. Ara koia tērā ko stonecoldkilla versus Te Shakor Paki. There he is right there. Te tangata mai, e ahu mai ana I te taone meki, te taone o Wainui o Mata, Wainui as they call it. Oh yeah, our first matchup, an exciting one.
Yeah, we'll see number 1 seed Te Shakor Paki up against the number 5 seed stonecoldkilla. Now look, it's going to be a battle of who can get it done here inside LPL Studios, in my opinion. I mean, even though stonecoldkilla, 5th seed up against the number 1 seed, don't be fooled. I mean, he was very good in week number 1, taking out an experienced esports professional player in the form of Airborne or Breakaway Airborne. So I still think it's going to be tight.
I mean, to have that on your CV, to say that you were actually able to take out a professional player, that's huge. But Paki is, in my opinion, leagues ahead of most players in this country. He's going to be hard to beat.
We have seen some pretty, you know, some shockers, some upsets, some surprises. So kuai ka mōhio tāria te wā, engari e te iwi me tūtaki atu tātou ki a tātou kai whakataetai. Me te kite e pehana araua piropiro I tēnei wā. Shakor Paki, welcome back to the competition, NBA 2K18. How are you feeling?
Feeling great. Excited to be here again. We're looking forward for the games coming ahead.
Yeah. What are your thoughts about the competition so far?
I've loved watching everyone play, studying their techniques. All their games have been good, so I'm enjoying looking forward to it.
Yeah. And do you have any particular strategy up your sleeve for today's matchup?
Just doing the same old me, just doing my normal pick and roll games. They studied that, well, that's what I'm going to be doing.
Seems like a lot of people have been studying your gameplay for the last couple of weeks now, and your name has come up quite often. Everyone wants to match up against you. What do you say about that?
As long as they've studied my game and think they can beat me, I'd like to see them try.
Awesome. Any shout-outs?
Just to the family in Wainui and everyone supporting me, thank you.
Awesome. Good luck. Ko ia tērā ko Te Shakor Paki, te tangata, te toa whakaihu waka o tēnei whakataetai. Tērā o ngā tau, kua hoki mai ia ki te ārai I tana tūranga tuatahi. He's defending his championship like a pro. So casual, so casual.
He is so casual. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, he's been here before. He played in front of, I think, 800 people last year in the main stage. And you see it there. He's going to do what he's going to do. And like you said, he is really lights ahead of everyone as far as his gameplay. And then when you back that up with the confidence, as we just saw there, it's going to be tough.
Oh, dude, I mean, the chilled back confidence of the guy. Not only did he tell them what he was going to do, but he's saying, hey, if you can match it and you can beat me, then kudos to you.
Hara mai tētahi aua, ne? Nō reira, kia ki te tātou, kei te pēhea ngā piropiro o tana huariri ara ko stonecoldkilla. stonecoldkilla, welcome back to the competition. We're only a couple of weeks away from the grand finale of the NBA 2K18 tournament. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty confident in my ability to get this W. So yeah, I think the game should be pretty good. Yeah.
Your thoughts about the last matchup in terms of taking out Airborne?
I don't really expect to do that well because it's my first tournament, but I was lucky to get the W. Oh, not lucky, but yeah, I got the W, so that's all that mattered. Yeah.
In today's matchup against Paki, how are you feeling? Any strategies, any preparation done in the build-up to today?
Just mainly I just want to stop Curry, Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson, and Kevin Durant. I reckon if I can do that, I can get the W. So yeah.
Any final comments or thoughts about today's matchup? Any shout-outs to your whānau watching?
Shout out to my family and all my brothers watching. Yeah.
Bye. All the best for your matchup against Paki.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
stonecoldkilla, ko ia tērā e tuki atu ana kia Te Shakor Paki. What do you reckon? What do you reckon? I kind of get a vibe that there's some nerves there, and you know, why wouldn't you be a little bit nervous going up against the number 1 seed?
Yeah, and he sort of said, he goes, I was lucky, but I wasn't lucky. And you can't do that, right? You go up against the number 1 seed, you can't pull back from that. And look, I mean, rightfully he said, oh look, I've got to stop the three-headed monster that is Golden State. And again, that's easier said than done. Not many can do it, so we'll see shortly whether he can be one of them.
Imagine that, saying, yeah, my game plan is just stopping Curry, Thompson, and Durant. Easy. Nothing to it.
Hoi anō, kāti e nei pahu a mātou toko toru I konei, me huata ki ake ki te whakataetai tuatahi o tēnei rā ara I te taha matau ko Te Shakor Paki, kai tāna taha maui, kai tā mātou taha maui ko stonecoldkilla.
Yes, welcome into this one, of course. This is the LPL NBA 2K18 1on1 Championship live from LPL Studios. We will see Paki, the reigning champion and #1 seed. He'll be playing out of the white, and LeBron James in the familiar Cleveland Cavaliers. He'll be up against stonecoldkilla, who will be with the Splash Brothers and the Golden State Warriors as they win this one. And we're live with Curry coming down the court, and that is stonecoldkilla making his moves deep into the corner. You see Thompson on the penetration kick out for Durant, plays inside, nice look, pump fake, and one, baby, there we go.
And one. It's a nice smooth start. I mean, he knows exactly what he's doing, exactly what needs to be done to take out this game, especially with Golden State Warriors going up against the Cavs.
Absolutely, he talked about this one earlier on. He said, can he get it done? Interestingly, Stone Cold picks Golden State first in this one. For everyone at home, of course, it is a best of 3. They can only pick one team every time, so that's going to be very interesting how they play this one out, because he's not going to be able to play with Golden State as we move through this one. Kimmo is a nice drive, lays it in off the glass. Pretty move by Hill as he looks to keep the scoring moving at 3-2 as we see stonecoldkilla leading this one, looks for the tight set, moves it, Curry dancing wide open, too easy on defense there, and he's going to make the move, kicks it out to Thompson in the corner, still isolation play, he wants this one, he backs him down, nice spin move, nice D, looks for the kick out, no, goes himself to the glass, can't get it, K-Love moves it out there as we move it along with Hood starting in the lineup. This one, good shooter, likes to take his time, as we see here, wants nice pick and roll high, give it to the best in the world, and this is what you'll get.
Well, there we go. I think at the moment, Paki probably the best person I've seen use the Cavaliers. Most people tend to just give it to LeBron James and let him do what he do. But he's sharing the ball around quite a bit. I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Absolutely, come on, great point there. And like you said, is don't let LeBron have to do everything in this game. You try to let LeBron do everything, it's not going to work for you. But you see there, nice pick and roll early. LeBron comes off that one and gets a nice team and goes. As we see a foul, bump foul down there. And it's going to go the other way as we see Cleveland with the ball as Draymond Green with the offensive foul. Now, LeBron, best player in the world, wants isolation. What can you do? Kicks out to Love. That's green, and that's good. So if everyone at home, Kimmel, green beams means money.
That means money. It means you're going to drop the shot no matter what. That's the clutch play. That's what you want to see when you're playing this game.
And we see here, they called the elevator play, which is really where normally, a nice steal here from Hood. Let us give us something pretty. Bang, left hand, Hood, thank you very much. And he starts to put the little flame there. He's on fire.
This is something that I'm liking by Shakor Paki. He's actually controlling his defensive players. Usually I like to let the computer, because they're a lot better at defending, but Shakor knows what he's up to. Beautiful
oh, this
play.
is it, and Hood with the runner, and one. This is pretty, looking at him pumping, as he should here. Hey, who wants to hear me? Who wants to hear me? As we see Paki doing what Paki does as the #1 seed, make it 11-3. He's got to stop the rot right now if you are over here in stonecoldkilla, come on.
I'll tell you that much. I mean, there's a reason why he's the #1 seed, and we are seeing that reason right now. He is on fire.
And it really starts with the defensive intensity he's putting on there. I mean, Durant dances one-on-one, 2 best players in the world. As you see, makes a tough move with KD down there on James, but it's the defensive intensity, as you just mentioned. It's actually not the offense. He's doing everything he wants, putting the pressure. 2 steals for Hood, and this is too easy as LeBron just dances and skips it off the glass for a pretty 2, 13-5. As Paki leads this one.
Yeah, 3 defenders on him, but LeBron James being who he is, he was able to get that pop-off in for a nice little layup.
Hey, when you're 6'8", Kimmore, and you've got a body that's the size of a mountain, you can do what you want, my friend.
I can't actually associate myself with that, being 5'10" myself, so hey.
Hey, oh, that's right, they saw us on camera, so we can't even just say we're that big. Nice rebound as we end the first quarter here. Great start, Te Shakor Paki, as we see the man here just getting comfortable, rubbing it down. He leads this one 13-5. And if you are over here on the left looking at stonecoldkilla with not a lot of expression here, Kimmel, what does he have to do in quarter number 2 to get back in?
I think he just needs to pick better options. I mean, Paki is hard on defense. He's pushing up. He's controlling his own players. So just looking for those open players, open holes. Maybe use the pick and roll a bit more. I've seen him try and use it with Curry once, but I haven't seen it again since.
Agree. And what's really interesting about Golden State, as we know, they call them the Splash Brothers, or, you know, for everyone that's tuning in, this one means they're a very, very good shooting team, and we're not seeing that at the moment. They're not actually letting it fly, and so I think that's also affecting how they're playing this one, whereas Cleveland playing perfectly on defense, and obviously you see Love with the spin around, can't make it, nice rebound, and that's what Thompson does so well.
Wow, you want to talk about Thompson, I want to talk about Paki. He knows every aspect of this Cavaliers team. See, what I'd like to see is Curry just trying a lot more longer shots. I mean, he does have a legendary badge in that area, so he is the best in the game when it comes to those long threes.
Exactly, and this is what's really interesting, Kimmel, as we just saw there, another bad selection. We saw Livingston try to back down one-on-one. It's very poor offense, really, if you think about Golden State. Favoured for moving the ball, favoured for their three-point, like you said, legendary shots if you're Steph Curry, and they're just not doing it. This is what Paki wants. Like, look, he wants the isolation low, and they kick it out, and this is going to be another just easy, as we see, a deflection. He was lucky to get away with that set there. What can Livingston do on the break? Pulls up, little runner there, and he'll get that one in 7-15. Remembering Paki up there in the right-hand side of the corner. Number 1 seed up against number 5, Stone Cold Killer here in the LPL one-on-one. Match number 1 is Love is just having his way, and it's a 3.
Paki, he definitely knows how to use his play. I mean, the length of time he's holding the button. That's one of the things I love about this game, is you need to understand the shooting style of your players to be able to pull off the greenies.
And you see that one, nice Travail just in there, and that's a bit better if you're going to go inside. Look for the little handoff and just throw it down, as we just saw there. An instant replay of what we just saw. 2 teams drive and then penetrate and then drop it off to the big man for a nice soft finish. So Paki doing exactly what Paki does, and he leads this one 20 points with Cleveland Cavaliers up over the Golden State Warriors at 9. This, the second quarter of match number 1. I want to say also a big thanks to the sponsors here. We've got Flavor, of course. Ashley at home sick today with a sore throat. Big shout out to Ashley from Flavor, and he's been doing a great job here in the studio for the weeks. And of course all the other sponsors in the form of Logitech and Maori Television. As we see, our man, the best in the world, wants an ISO here, and Durant, what can he do? Oh, a little shimmy shake. Oh, too easy as he bumps, runs, and no, can't get it done. Good defense overall here, as we see a nice quick outlet. What's Curry got? Pulls up from 3. Splash there,
That's what you want to see, especially with Curry. When there's no defenders in front of him, it should be a good shot every single time. Great work by Stone Cold Killa. He needs to do a lot more of that if he wants to get back into this match.
Absolutely, and they've got to go to that option, as you see. James, nice pump fake, Paki. And this is the thing with Paki, right? We said it, he's got the lead, but whenever they make a run here right now, when Stone Cold and the Golden State get there, he just responds straight away, and he just keeps the board. This is better. Young can't connect here. Nice little rebound. Love, outlet and transition. What can he do on the break? Kicks out. Oh, behind the back, that's pretty, and deserved that one. Deserved that one, as we see here.
It was pretty to watch, but wasn't able to capitalize off the good play.
All right, we've got one play here. 10 seconds left here in the second quarter. What can they conjure up? They need to make a play just to get themselves back in as they head into halftime here. As we see Young, 2 seconds on the clock, pull up, fade away, no good. And look, you see Stone Cold Killa shake his head and go, that's not the best shot, thanks, coach.
No, it did end up looking like a bit of a miracle shot, but what can you do with Paki just defending the life out of this game? I mean, he's, without even calling zonal defense, he's running zone D with his outside players anyway. I mean, it's great work by Paki. I can see why he's the best at the moment.
And you just raised a good question. What can Stone Cold Killa do at this point? We're halfway into game 1. Is there any sort of tactic he can play?
He has to look after the ball. That's the first thing. Defense is too good, and we see here he can't let also Cleveland get second chance points, and that starts with the rebounds when it's 6-2.
Right.
And you can't do that, right? And obviously they're moving the ball well. You see here there's 3 steals to Cleveland Cavaliers, and they really just they're playing the way Cleveland will want to play. But like you said, what can we see Stone Cold do? Well, he's got to move the ball better, and he's got to take those threes that are on offer. Don't try to go one-on-one against Cleveland. Their defense is too tight in there at the moment.
Right.
Yeah, and one thing that I think stood out for me was just the rebounds count. I mean, you'll see Paki, he's going for every single shot, whether it's on defense or offense. He's trying to get that ball every time. That's why he's ahead by so much.
As we head into this one, ladies and gentlemen, match number 1. It is a good start here as we see the number 1 seed up against number 5, and Paki leading this one quite comfortably. Can we see a comeback here from Stone Cold Killa? Well, it's all on the line. Remember, you lose 2 and you are going home and you're out of the competition. A lot on the line here in the LPL one-on-one championship. $15,000, of course. You want to walk away as the champion, of course, as we see LeBron with the green beans. That's easy to get this one rolling. Te Shakor Paki playing as Cleveland for everyone that's just joining us. And we have Golden State played by Stone Cold Killa, the number 5 seed in this tournament. As we see Livingston Kimmel just running their second unit at the moment.
Yeah, and one thing you need to remember as well is that this Golden State team, they are the best stats-wise in this whole game. So to lose with them, it's a climb uphill from there if Stone Cold Killa doesn't come out with the W in this game.
Absolutely, he needs to do it. You're dead right, because you don't want to see Paki turn around and play you with Golden State. But it was a good start, nice three as we see here. Defensively, intensity's up, and that's a nice, he's got to make those ones as D Green just bounces off the rim. We see Clarkson, who's pretty kicks out. You don't want to leave that man open. One of the best shooters of all time is Kyle Corver, and James. His stroke has been good and getting better as he gets older, isn't it, Kimmel?
I think we have to agree with that one, but now we have Livingston at the top of the key. Let's see what he can produce.
This is what Livingston does. I mean, he's a very tall point guard in any metric, 6'9", and this is what he does. I think he's a 6'9" point guard. He just likes to back down those smaller point guards, and he's got a nice, pretty touch, as we saw there. Rolls it in and brings it back in to within 8 pointers. There's a foul there for Iguodala just to hold it and call an offense play over here in the top. If Cleveland Cavaliers look to go to the best player in the world, what can they conjure up here as he wants the one-on-one, looks for the high pick and roll, doesn't need it, goes himself, kick off, and Corbin moving the ball well. Clarkson get another foul. So, and you see Paki in the top left having a laugh. He knows what he's trying to do. He's trying to slow the game down here, Kimmel.
It does. Now, to go back on to your talk about this being the second-tier team for Golden State, it's something we don't usually see in this competition, as the halves are so short, so the players don't tend to get as tired as they usually would in these longer games. So I'm surprised to see him actually switch up and take Curry off.
Aye. Got to go off the best, and I guess for him, Curry wasn't making shots, but again, when you're a two-time MVP, put him on the court, says the fans, and obviously if you need a win, you should do it, as we see a nice rebound here. Outlet Hood, who was very good in the first half defensively, of course, 2 early steals. We see Clarkson dance, pretty, but pin. Iggy, great defender, iconic defender, if you will. I mean, he won himself an MVP years back by defeating LeBron James in one of those series. Come on.
Here we go, because that's no easy feat, so let's hope he can do that in this game as well.
Absolutely. Green wanting his matchup, liking this as he sorts bumps down, pump fake, good D, and a better offense will always beat better defense any day. But you see here, grinding back into the game. This is very good from Stone Cold Killer. 6 points. He's actually playing how he wants to, and really, this is what he's doing. He's actually making the fouls. And why that is important for everyone at home is because it stops the clock. It doesn't let them get fast breaks, easy points, as we see here, and put them to the free throw line. And I think that's a strategy that so far is working.
Yeah, that's exactly what he needs to do. I mean, to try and close this gap, even if James misses one of the shots, it all adds up come end of the game.
Absolutely. It's the third quarter here, of course. 4 quarters as we see a nice little move. Green bump and off the glass. Pretty one for 2. We're back into a 6-point game, ladies and gentlemen. Cleveland at the bottom here, you'll see they're in the bonus, which means they will go to the free throw line whenever there is a foul, as we see Hill kick out to the King. He wants this one. There he is, one of the best defenders in the league. Nice little spin back, can't make it count. Here we go, 18 seconds on the clock. Fast break, KD. Nice Euro step off the glass, can't get it. Unlucky on that one there, Kimmel. As we see James, what can he respond with 9 seconds on the clock? I tell you how he's going to respond. Just muscle there, flex that body, baby, rolls it in with a nice, pretty 2.
Yeah, I think Stone Cold probably could have done a lot better there. He could have held onto the ball, chewed the clock down a bit, and then he would have had the last ball of the quarter. Wasn't able to do that. Tried to go with the quick step with KD, couldn't pull it off.
And you saw Stone Cold Killer shaking his head, and that's a really great point you make there. There were 2 things that went wrong for mine when you look at Stone Cold Killer. One, he should have sucked the clock. When you're down, don't give an easy shot. And we saw LeBron roll up with 5 seconds and go get it easy. Puts you out in 2. And then also, he had extra seconds. And what he did is he took, like, it's a silly shot. I mean, he pulled out from about 30 feet up, and he could have just gone on with Curry. So not ideal end. And hopefully he can bounce back with this, the 4th quarter, with 2:51 left in match number 1 here in LPL Studios. 28, Paki, the number 1 seed, leads Stone Cold Killer with Golden State 22, as we see a nice little rim roller, and George Hill up to 4 points, plus-minus differential, looking very good. Good game for him so far, come on.
Very, very good. We now have Curry with the ball, but no, we have a foul there.
See the Paki, he's like, okay, we're not going to let you have your way. We're going to bump and grind. Look, and that's smart too, because what I really want to talk about potentially now is strategy, right? So we're talking about fouls, Kimmel, what are good fouls, what are bad fouls. I mean, we don't teach kids out there to go and just hack people away. As you see, a nice left-hand roll off the glass for Iguodala, but there are good fouls and bad fouls. And so what they're trying to do is slow the clock, and those are what you call good fouls.
Yes. So the reason why you would want to slow the clock is KD with the 2 points. Waste of time foul, in my opinion. That's not something you want to be doing, especially when you're behind.
As we see here, LeBron, 12 points, just slowly ticks it over. He just gets it done effortlessly. I mean, This man, why he is regarded as one of the greatest of all time and clearly the best in the game right now as he rolls it in for 14 points. So very, very good. Keeping that lead at about 8. So what we need to see here, nice little inbound, finish that green off the glass, and now we're back to 6 points. So you really want to be within around that 6 to 8 in these sort of quarters. Normally in basketball terminology, 10 points is okay, but with these short quarters, you want to be 6 to 8 points, and you're in. So don't count out Stone Cold Killer. He's got plenty of time on the clock, but he's up against it right now with a very good player, as we see here. Thompson, LeBron wanting to get it back as he sort of dances, has a look good, move, and off there, misses as a rollout. As we see, what's Curry got? He's going to pull up. That looks pretty. Got to make those ones from afar, unfortunately, Kimmel.
It does. If he had dropped that shot, we would have had a good run into the finish line. In saying that, Golden State behind by 6 points. Still a lot of time with the foul.
LeBron double clutch and the foul, two-hand, and just a man move, and he just says, thank you, we'll take that one. We're not going to take any chances. As he goes to the free throw line, makes it look easy. 35-26. Paki in control right now, come on.
I can see why he's the #1 seed. I mean, he's playing extremely well. I don't understand why he didn't go for the 2 points there.
Got to take those. I mean, this is getting almost a bit too crazy. This is what I was going to say is, if you start moving the ball too much, you're gonna make yourself, put your team in a position where you can give turnovers, which we've just seen there. Make that 2 points, keep the scoreboard ticking over. There's plenty of time. And what I hope right now is, with under a minute to go, this shouldn't happen. And defensively, we see a nice two-hand and flush. And look, I'd like to say this to everyone at home, ladies and gentlemen, this is pretty much the end of the road for match #1 here. It is a best of 3, of course, so Stone Cold Killer not out of this one as he pulls back with a 3. 8-point game with 45 to go. He needs a good stop if he's going to stop anything with any sort of chance.
Like we said, though, our second matchup, I think we can confidently say that Paki will probably go with Golden State, so it is going to be a hard slog for Stone Cold Killer to come back and win the second match.
Yes, and he's just, pretty, as he just misses a reverse clutch. What have we got for Green? Give us something as he pulls out for a deep 3. Can't get it. LeBron James with 21 on the clock. They should suck this one out. There's a little bit of a foul, just to say frustration there, just to say, look, I'm a bit gutted. Of course, 17 points effortlessly for the best in the world. Make that 18 as it just ticks over. So as we head into match #2, Kimmel, as you pointed out, Paki most likely going to change up and head for Golden State. Do we think that we're going to see Stone Cold Killer head to Cleveland?
Well, that would be my automatic pick, because in my opinion, LeBron James is the only person who can compete against this team. And saying that, last week we saw the Pelicans take them down with the way he used his bigs, so we never know. I'll tell you what, my basketball IQ after the last couple of weeks looks like it's down the drain, because these players are doing the absolute opposite to what I'm saying.
Well, what do you guys make of match #1? 10 points difference between Paki and Stone Cold Killer.
Well, I think when you look at it as a whole game, I mean, I think Paki did what he should do, but he made it look quite comfortable in the end, to be completely honest.
Do you reckon he's playing at 100% his best? Paki's best?
I don't. I think we saw early on there was like a little bit in it, and he's obviously not playing on his favoured team as well. But still, to win by 10 points in what is really the final 4, best 4 players in the country, in small quarters, don't underestimate that. So that is, to me, a very solid win.
Yeah, he defended real well. His attack was on point. He didn't just depend on LeBron James. Another good thing that I think I saw is that he made near 0 mistakes. I mean, he was just so fluid, so easy. Everything was so comfortable. It was like that chilled out confidence that he had pre-match.
And very casual, as we can expect from the #1 seed. Hoi anō e te iwi kaua e haere tawhiti hei muri ake I ngā whakatairanga ka hoki mai tātou ki te mātaki te tuki ngā tuarua I wainga nui I a Te Shakor Paki rāua ko Stone Cold Killer here on NBA 2K18. Nau mai hoki mai e te iwi ki tēnei o ngā whakaaturanga a whakaata Māori raua ko Let's Play Live, mō taku he, e kia nei ko NBA 2K18 just before the break. I māta ki tātou I te tukinga tuatahi Wainganui a Te Paki raua ko stonecoldkilla I tēnei wā, ko te tukinga tuarua.
I mean, we saw that one there. For everyone that may be just tuning into that one, we saw the #1 seed up against the #5 seed, and Paki dominant, in control. I mean, he played with the Cleveland Cavaliers, not the best team in the tournament. He could have been with Golden State, and he still won by 10 points. So it's going to be tough coming into match number 2, Kimmel.
It is. And just before the break, I was talking about how the players usually go against everything I say. Well, they're doing the exact same thing because we just got the team list in. Paki did not go with Golden State. He has gone with the Rockets. And a surprise pick for me, stonecoldkilla has gone with the Spurs, a team I would not like to go up against the Rockets.
Very, very interesting pick in match number 2. As you alluded to, Kimmel, we see Paki, the reigning champion over here on the right side of the screen, chuckling, enjoying himself as he should, winning this one. He chooses the Rockets and James Harden and the high-octane offense that is. And we see stonecoldkilla, though, best choice we'll find out as he goes with the Spurs. Not too sure. So this is match number 2 here in LPL NBA 2K 1on1 tournament as we see it get underway with a pretty move. Can't finish with the reverse as we see Dejounte Murray dancing at the top. Spurs favoured for moving the ball. Iconic coach Greg Popovich would see it deep and green, and maybe that's the strategy here, is to try to outmove them, outplay them in basketball. But we shall see as Leonard, arguably one of the best players in the world, muscles down, and that's what he can do for a nice easy 2, Kimmel.
That's nice. Kawhi Leonard with a nice 2 points there. Like you said, best gameplay when using the Spurs is trying to move the defence around, getting your attacking players shifted different posies. That's what I want to see.
But that is what the Houston Rockets will do to you. And CP3, Chris Paul, just says here's an early 3 just to keep it rolling. Really interesting about Houston Rockets, so for everyone at home, very interesting type of offense they like to run. Their coach, Mike D'Antoni, loves to run a favoured system he made famous with the Phoenix Suns, which is try to get up a lot of threes. They don't settle for mid-range shots, and they run fast breaks. As we see a nice reply here, deep 3, and stonecoldkilla, he doesn't want to go out of this match just yet as he hits a nice 3 to make it 5 points to 3. But Chris Paul has it all his way off the glass, bounces and ricochets as we see a nice rebound by the big man from Spain, Pau Gasol, working it down. Dejounte wants the isolation, so does he think he's got it too quick for the aging Chris Paul? Kick out, ball movement, that's good for Green. The corner surely can't make it as we see Capella look to get this one to the right. And here we go now, Kimmel, as we see them moving around. Nice offense here as it moves so quickly. Exactly.
Now this is a beautiful play by Paki, but again unable to drop with the 2. But I'm loving the way Stonecold's using the Spurs right now. He's got open men on the court. Nice defensive little blot there by James Harden.
Harden, the beard off the glass, and he's good for an easy 2. And this is what they want to do. They want to get out and run really, really quickly. But I like, to your point, coming back to that one there, Kimmel, is around how he's utilising the Spurs. He has to play this way, a little bit slower, move the ball around. This is what the Spurs like to do. So even though we said it was an interesting choice, so far working really well for him, as Kawhi can't make that one from deep. As we see again, this quick up and down play that is nice to watch, pleasing on their lives. The Houston Rockets looking for Ariza in the corner. Still with isolation, moves it. Chris Paul dances the jig and then moves it inside. Capella, ugly, ugly shot from the big man.
Oh, and I'm a huge fan of Capella, especially after last week. Some of the best gameplay I've seen with Capella. I didn't really rate him before last week, but I'm glad to see that they're using him in a good attacking sense this week as well.
As we see Aldridge muscle his way down onto Luke Buamonte, and he just snakes it in off the glass, and that is why he is also an all-star in his own right, is LaMarcus Aldridge, keeping it ticking over. And this, a nice even first quarter in match number 2. Remember, stonecoldkilla up there on the right-hand side of the screen. He loses this one, Kimmel, he is out of the tournament.
Yes, that's what this game is. It's do or die for stonecoldkilla. He needs to give it everything he's got, otherwise it's going to be home time for him. But we see Harden going up for the 2, unable to convert, but he gets the offensive rebound.
Just to tie this one up with 1 second, that should end the quarter as they throw it up there, and look, throws out for Ginobili. Very, very good first quarter from both players, but more so, I'm going to say, better quarter from stonecoldkilla. Down by 10, chooses the Spurs. I think he played it very well.
He did. One thing Paki isn't able to do at the moment, I mean, he's setting himself up with good opportunities. He's just unable to turn those opportunities into points, which is what's keeping stonecoldkilla in the match right now, in my opinion.
If we have a look, for everyone that might be new to basketball, if we have a look at the bottom, we see that little counter clock there. Kimmel, that's 13, 12, and just counting down there. In basketball, every possession you get 24 seconds to make a clock. What that does is just keeps the game moving effortlessly, and nice fast action as we see here. A nice first miss as we see stonecoldkilla with the ball. Nice outlet here to the Argentine, pulling up Ginobili. Can't get it done, and so they're both hurting at the moment. Both teams not very effective in their field goal, and this is not what you want to see. It's hard and starting to get warm.
Yeah, that's not something that stonecoldkilla wants. As you know, as soon as James Harden starts to get his flow on, especially once Paki starts getting used to his usage, he's going to be unstoppable.
As we see a ball moving around only the way the Spurs can do it, and looking for good shots, and those are the ones you have to make. No defense, good look, and can't finish. And this is what the Houston Rockets want to do to you, is they just want to get out and run, or they want to take those threes. So far effective, but turnovers are going to hurt you every time. And you see Harden just dancing, pump fake, moves around. Paul slows it down a bit, squares up Patty Mills, and looks to have him on the one-on-one isolation. He does. He's just too good with the handles as Capella moving the ball around. That's over for Harden, and that is a three.
That is money, that's what that is. And that's where stonecoldkilla needs to watch out, because CP3, great with ball in hand. He has a nice little three, and but if you D up on him too hard, then you're just leaving James Harden open. How do you defend against that?
Exactly, and look, those are the little things you just can't do. As you see him there, he kicked it inside LaMarcus Aldridge. Now look, I'm going to say that I think potentially there was a button slip there, because under the hoop and he threw a wild pass back out. He's got to make those count, especially at this point of the time when he's with the game on the line. As you see, Patty Mills should make a nice, easy move the ball. Take that, as says the coach on the side. You see Pop just throwing his book on the ground.
That was unusual. I mean, he had the open shot, yet he chose to come out. I would not know why. Kawhi Leonard, that's probably why. You want to give it to the clutch player. That's probably something I'd do.
Makes a nice two-hand dunk, does Kawhi Leonard, but still 2 possessions now where we've seen them not take the easy 2. Look for an extra pass, and look, you've got to take that. You're down 3 points in this game. You know, the quarter's only 3 minutes, not a lot of time. You've got to do better if you are stonecoldkilla in this one. Match number 2 of the LPL one-on-one tournament, as we see Harden starts to cook. And you'll see him just moving, and bang, here we go. He's starting to get really hot.
That little flame sign he has under him is not something you want to see as an opposition, especially on James Harden. I mean, he's virtually unstoppable once he's on fire. It's going to be a hard task for Stone Cold. But he gets the 2 with the extra point.
Oh, that will keep him in the hunt, and he needed that coming into the end of this one, the end of the first half. So it's only a 2-point game. All he needs to do is stay within a 1 or 2 point position. Don't let Paki get out in front of you. Don't let the Rockets have their way. So very good reply from stonecoldkilla here with the San Antonio Spurs. As we see Harden, this is what he likes to do. He wants the isolation, gives it to Paul. Here we go, little dance, wants to come back out, but he's on with one of the best defenders in the world with Leonard. So that's a great matchup. I like to see. Good cut as Capella heads in and says, we'll take that one with a double flush into the lane. And he's been effective in that pick and roll game for a very long time as we head into this one, end of the first half.
Tika, hoki wha piro noi ho te wehenga I waenga nui te tokorua nei, just 4 points difference. What do you make of this? Half time?
Half-time here in this one. Look, I think when you look at stonecoldkilla, effective. He played San Antonio very well. Yeah. He stole 4 points. I mean, you know, that's okay. I mean, that's a possession here or there, but he must stay with it. He's got to make the easy ones. There was 2 easy buckets he should have taken, and look, if he doesn't win, it's Kuamutu. He's out of the tournament, so he must put it on right now. Yeah,
something I think he needs to stop doing is overcomplicating easy situations. I mean, we look at these stats. The Spurs at the moment, I mean, field goal percentage, there's nothing really in between them. Rebounds, they're at 6 apiece. What is separating these 2 teams?
What I have a look at there is when you think about, like you said, overcomplicating it, you think about almost making the extra pass, which is what the Spurs talk about, 2 assists, which shows its ineffective ball movement and turnovers. When you look over here on the left-hand side, the Rockets, 5 assists. They're effectively moving the ball. Yeah. They're making it easy on themselves.
Maybe they need to, what is the kupu? Patu kōpiro. Make more slam dunks. That's our kupu for the week. I forgot.
I think any kind of player, using any team, you want to drop as many patu kōpiro as you can. Koia te whainga matu ane, huh?
Patu kōpiro, and we saw a beautiful one when we saw Capella with the lob straight through the lane with a 2-hand flush. So it was beautiful. As we head back into this one, ladies and gentlemen, it is match number 2 here in the LPL NBA 2K18 1on1. This is the final 4, the North Island's final 4 players, the best in the country, and of course it's match number 2 here. Right now we see Te Shakor Paki playing with the Houston Rockets, up 1-0 over stonecoldkilla, playing with the San Antonio Spurs. A big thank you to everyone that's tuning in and watching this across the mutu as we see a pretty little dance and a finger roll get away to this one, 18-12. And of course, want to thank our sponsors, of course, in the form of PlayStation 4, Flavor down there, Logitech G, and of course, Maori Television. As we get into this one, nice little lob, boom, and there it is to you, like I said.
Patu Kōpiro, nice and easy, making it look pretty, but he also got the foul. Capella, beautiful. I saw a bit of a shake there. Paki has a bit of a giggle.
He knows it was just a man dunk, a man move, and this is those momentum swingers. This is what Paki wants to do to you. So we're in it with 4 points. Have a look at the scoreboard right now. Now it's out to 6, but one of those, a massive tomahawk dunk just to say, look, I got you, I got you. He has to be strong here, stonecoldkilla, or this is going to turn bad and it's going to blow out and it's going to be over.
Exactly. You can't let a team like the Rockets get too big of a lead on you, because he can just hold this ball out. I mean, great players. They know how to use time wisely, and I think Paki is one of those players.
And look, even Paki says that's a poor shot. You shouldn't be pulling up here. Better ball movement. This is a better look, and they've got to make that one, as you saw there. Brings it back in. This is the momentum. Just stop the flow. Stop Houston doing what they want to do and get yourself back in the game. Very good 5-point game here in the third, as we see Harden dancing. And you're okay with this if you're San Antonio and you're the coach. Let him dance, but you've got to have some help over here, because he can go past you too easy, as we just saw there.
Oh, and he's doing it every single time. I mean, see, you can see Paki, he gets excited when he pulls off those nice little handles up with the easy flick. stonecoldkilla needs to do a lot more on defense if he wants to take this game.
Parker looking for that one and can't connect, but good rebound, second chance pointers. Burton's, that's 2 in a row for him. And he's just come in the game, so good and effective couple of minutes that he's given his team to keep him in the hunt.
Yep, I was about to put him down for going for the pump fake. I thought he just should have went up for the shot, but ended up being a great option. He got the 3, but Spurs with the steal. Green with a nice, easy layup. Great work there by stonecoldkilla. He shuts the gap down to 2 points. 2 points,
and this is it. This is exactly what we talked about. Momentum shifts back and forth all the time in basketball, and you see Harden trying to do too much by himself, and this is why the San Antonio Spurs are back in, but green will always mean money, and that splash.
That was a beautiful play. I mean, he brought all the defenders on the inside, leaving CP3 open on the outside of the three-pointer line.
Oh, it's a pretty bang.
Yes.
There we go. Rudy Gay with the alley-oop tip dunk back on. And there we have it. Burton's, he was already 2. He had to take that 3, but good second chance points. I think that's 3 in a row now. So if you're Houston, you've got to box out right now, because the coach doesn't like seeing second chance points, especially in a tight matchup like this.
Now, this is exactly what stonecoldkilla needed, was for Paki to miss a shot with 3 points in it, and coming to the end of the third quarter. But Paul with the steal, easy 2. That is not what you're wanting.
That's exactly what you do not want to do if you are stonecoldkilla. Everything was right, and he just gave away too easy a possession, especially against Chris Paul with some of the best hands in the business in defense. As you see, a nice little putback, keeping strong. 0.7 on the clock makes it a 3-point game, and that'll round it out here at the end of the third quarter. We have a matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Do not go anywhere. Fourth quarter just around the corner.
We do, and I hate to say it, but I think Stone Cold will probably be disappointed with him the way he ended out that the end of that third quarter. He was able to pick up another 2 points, but he also gave away an easy 2 there.
Yeah, you can't let them just pick you off like that. That's too easy, especially if the coach. Those are what they call coach killers. For all the young ones at home watching this, don't give away the turnovers in tight games. That can cost you. It's basketball at the highest level, so 2 points here and there, one possession, you go out and you lose by 1. Those are the ones that you'll look back on and go, got to do better. As we see now the strategy we saw in that earlier game, which is these quick fouls to slow down the clock and don't let Houston run their plays. We see Harden trying to do too much, in my opinion, early on, and he's got to move the ball. And this is better from Houston as they penetrate and move the ball around. Harden, those are the shots you want to take, and that's what you'll get with a bang, bang, 5 moves, and here you go. Take it through to get us rolling in the fourth quarter.
Oh, it's just so pretty to watch. Paki with ball in hand. Now, something stonecoldkilla needs to be careful for is this could be his last 3 minutes in this competition if he's not able to pick up the win.
Oh, can't reply with that one, and you're dead right, Kimmel. One of the things is is momentum shifters back and forward, and right now, as we see here, it's all with Houston. This is what Paki will do to you. He's trying to make the run, and it's how you respond. Can you stand up and, as they say, handle the heat in the kitchen, or are you just going to fold? I don't expect that from stonecoldkilla, because this is an important matchup. But right now, again, 2 flaky turnovers and just letting Houston do what they want in this matchup number 2 here in the LPL NBA 2K 1on1 tournament. Nice move inside, and this is just dragging it out. 10 points with 2 minutes to go.
Oh, it was so pretty to watch. I think one thing we do have to take our hat off to is Paki's defense. I mean, in both these games, he has been solid. He's got so many steals. The best in the comp so far, with another one here from Paki. He's just making it look easy.
He is, and that's what we talked about, we were saying before, is just those turnovers. Though that's a good block from the big man, Pau Gasol. He's not going to roll over lightly, as he shouldn't. He is one of the best players of all time coming out of his country, so he knows what's on the line right now as he gets a good block. But back to your point as well, it's those ones where the defensive intensity has been so good by Houston. And here we go, he wants to run the bench play. Harden's just dancing at the top, and this is what he wants to do. But he has the time, right? Oh, that's tough, and that is a 3 off the glass, and I don't think he called bank, but he'll take it.
Yeah, and with the minute 16 left, 13 points the gap. It's a hard task, maybe impossible for Stone Cold to get back into this match, especially with the way Paki's playing right now.
If he hits this, I'd say it's definitely over. He needs to make something very, very quickly here. If they can't get a 3 and get some points on the board, like you said, with 57 seconds, I don't know how much they can get back into this one. But there it is, there's a 3. So now we're within 10 points. This is where strategy comes in. You want to slow them down. If you're Harden, as you see here, isolation. Suck that 24-second clock. There's no rush. It's all with you if you're Houston and you are Paki. Round this one out, and he's doing that nicely. Take the shots, but you've got to do better if you're the Spurs and getting the fouls early in the clock to just slow them down. As we see Chris Paul dance and can't quite get that one to go. 10-point game here, ladies and gentlemen, the 4th. Kawhi, he's got to do something, and can he make it count? No, but a nice second hand, and it's a tip back. Not quite going to happen as it rolls in. I think that will be the end of this game, and also the end of our friend stonecoldkilla be heading out of the tournament.
Yes, unfortunate for him, but you got to give it up to Paki. I mean, his time management in the second game, outstanding. He knew exactly what he needed to do to peel down the time. stonecoldkilla could have made a tactical foul, but wasn't able to. Unfortunate for him.
And there they are. It's the end as we watch the clock roll out, and it was a nice little 3, and that's the end of it as we see a 2-0 win here in match number 1 of the Final 4, and Paki, the number 1 seed, rolls on into next week, North Island Grand Final.
Tika hoki tira, great sportsmanship there. Aha, koe ino, te kau mātoru, piro te kau te wehenga I wāngai nui a rāua, pai te kite I a rāua e hariru ana e kimo?
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's hard being a loser and having to shake the winner's hand, but good on both of them. End of the day, Paki is really, really good. I don't know what else to say. He is just solid in all aspects of the game. D, offense, his play picks. I am
reminded of a word that we learned from Ashley last week, or was it the week before, shook. Was stonecoldkilla just too shook up today in order to get his bearings straight? I mean, the pick of the team on in the second match.
Very, very interesting pick. I mean, to me, I don't know whether I go that one in that sort of matchup.
And you've got Golden State available.
Got Golden State, you've got someone sitting there, you've got to take something other than that. I mean, look, he did okay, but tough loss.
Well, koe rā te āhua o tēnei mea te whakataetai, ko tahi noai ho te tua whakaihuaka ana I tēnei wā, I tēnei rā, ko Te Shakor Paki, e whangamai ana kia tātou.
Congratulations, Paki. Great job. How do you feel about the win?
It was more of a statement win for everyone that's been watching, especially in the tournament. They know what I can do. I don't have to go Warriors to win.
So what's Paki's secret weapon to taking out the win, eh?
Just my isolation plays, as you see, James Harden or even LeBron. Just need ISOs, win him in games.
Nice. So your next match is in 2 weeks. What will you do to prepare?
I'm definitely going to watch everyone. Not fussed about who I'm playing, but definitely be ready for the next 2 weeks.
And what areas do you think you need to improve on for your game?
Definitely some offense. Defense is, I think I got on point, but I just need to get some more offense. Always some time to improve, so that's all I want to do.
And it was getting pretty close there at one point in the second match. How were you feeling?
I already had the first win, so second game was more of a mess around game, and as I see, it was on TV, and it was good. It was good.
Nice work. Final comments or shout-outs?
Just thank you for everyone supporting me, and see you in 2 weeks.
Congratulations. Great game. See you in 2 weeks, eh?
Thank you.
Te Shakor Paki, how about that first response? I think all three of us were having a bit of a kata there. Bit of a kata.
Oh, he said it. He goes, that's a statement win. All right. I mean, he's here, and it's meant to be the final 4 players, and he didn't just win. I mean, we're talking about 10 points in match number 1. He wins that one with a 3 at the end to win by 13, and then he stands and says, I didn't even have to use Golden State. It's a statement play.
I mean, it is because, well, Ashley and I, we've been talking about how pretty much unstoppable Golden State is in this competition, and he just went on and said, look, I don't even need the best team to take this competition up.
I don't even need Golden State. You heard that there right from Te Paki. Hoi anō e te iwi kia titiroa ke tātou ki te whakarārangitanga o te tōna mana mo te taha ki te ika Maui. So this is what it's looking like now, straight through to the conference final. The first of the semi-finals will be Te Shakor Paki. It was a Te Shakor Paki mō taku here. But coming up next, we will be watching a Notorious-God versus Zirinic. Looking forward to that one, guys.
Number 2 versus number 3. I think it'll be a lot tight. I mean, I'm even picking this one. We'll go to 3. I mean, this is going to be very tight. And again, it's going to come back to what we saw before around what selections you're going to make. And we saw it kind of there. Stone Cold chooses the Spurs against the Rockets. Not the best matchup. It's going to come down to those picks for me.
Yeah, and I'm in the same boat. I mean, both of these players really stood out for me in their first round matches. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this plays out. And like you said, it is going to come down to your choices. Who are you going to pick going up against Golden State? Who are you going to pick up going up against the Rockets, the Celtics? Koia te pātai.
Oiara te pātai. Hoi anō e te iwi koutou I te kāinga e mātaki mai ana I a mātou o whakaata Māori. Tēnā koutou katoa e mihi ana ki a koutou I tēnei wā. Ka hiki ngā mahi ki runga o whakaata Māori a ka kawea ka haere tonu I runga I tā mātou whārangi ipurangi www.maoritelevision.com. I mua I tā mātou wehenga, kia mahara e te iwi ko te wiki o te reo Māori e haere ake nei mai te kau. Tainua ki te mutunga o te rā wiki no reira ko te tūmanako kia kaha te reo Māori, kōrero tia te reo. Hei aha te makarauna, te wehi, te matakura nei, kōrero tia. Give it a go, everybody. Kōrero I te reo Māori, eh?
Yeah, kia ora, yeah, exactly. Give it a go, give it a go.
Oi anō, ka waiho ki reira. Join us join us while we go on, make the switch over to our online platforms, which is Twitch and www.maoritelevision.com. Nō reira, e aku hui a kai manawa, huri noa kia ai o te haere, kia haumaru te noho, kia hāneanea, hei konara.
was made for this.
For the players. Flavor, beats that move you.
Tauiti mai e te iwi, nau mai, hoki mai ki tēnei o ngā whakapāhotanga me ki te kaupapa e rere arorangi atu ana ki runga i tā mātou whārangi i purangi www.maoritelevision.com and of course Twitch. Ko mātou e nei, te tukotoru e mihi atu nei kia koutou, Dwan Muturama ko Kimo Hotham. We are into match 2 for today.
Match number 2 here in the final 4. We just saw there, if everyone missed that one or just tuning in, we just saw the number 1 seed rolling, as we say, rolling through 2-0, took out stonecoldkilla. But as we look ahead to this one, Zirinic up against Notorious-God. I mean, we're talking about the 2 seed up against the 3 seed, so this is going to be good.
Yeah, now, I think we all know Zirinic's really good, but one thing I did like about Notorious-God, he was the first player to go through this competition winning both the first and the second game, not needing to go into a third game. So he definitely has a bit of oomph to go to back up his talk.
Yeah, I remember you saying you are very much looking forward to watching him play live, but you, of course, are picking Zirinic.
Yeah, I like his game. I think, he's number 2 over 3. Not that it means too much, but I just like him. I think he's good, and so for me, I'm picking him.
But there he is. No, that is not Zirinic, of course. That is
Notorious-God, looking very, very powerful here. And as we see here, he is the man himself in the form of Zirinic over there on the left. 2 very good competitors, though, Oreni.
Yeah.
They got a real good evil stare going on, if I'm to be honest. I was a bit intimidated. It was nice to see.
Wow, it is very intense. It is very intense, and so it should be. It is. This is the last 4, the final 4. Whoever advances will go up against Te Paki, and of course everybody has been wanting Te Paki or a chance at him, number 1 seed. What do you make of that?
Everyone wants the shot, right? And of course it is down to the final 4. If you lose this one, you're out of the tournament. And I'm not sure which way I'd want to go. One is you go home and enjoy yourself. The other one is you go and face the best player in the tournament. So I don't know how good it's going to be for either two.
Though, you get your shot at Te Paki, and of course, hara tēnei te whakatakira nei ia stonecoldkilla, but you get your shot. You got to make it happen, eh?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if we look back to week 1, I was asking people, how did last year's final turn into the first match? And that was because Taisino actually placed 8th on purpose, because he was telling everyone, I'm either going to take Te Paki out or I'm going to go home. That was it. It was either best or last.
And he got last, unfortunately. Big shout out though, Taisino. You know I'm a fan, but yeah, he's not here today.
Koe anui te iwi kia titiroa ki tātou, kia tūtaki atu tātou ki te kaiwhakataitai tuatahi o tēnei tukinga tuarua. The first of our competitors for the second matchup of today, which is, of course, Notorious-God. Notorious-God, welcome back. Week 5 of the NBA 2K18 competition. How are you feeling?
Good, excited. And Zirinic's going to be a good game. Can't wait.
What's your strategy for today's matchup against Zirinic?
Stop his fadeaway threes. That's pretty much it. Play good D.
And what have you been doing to improve your game?
Not a lot, actually. Just play. Just practice. But, yeah, not too much. There's nothing really to do.
Okay, and what are your final thoughts about today? Any shout-outs?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out to my boy Luke Rukhoff. He should be in this tournament. he'll be here next year.
Awesome. Thank you very much and good luck.
Thank you.
Ko ia tērā ko Notorious-God, and of course from week 3 was it, Duane and Kimo, he took out My King Tetsu all the way from Te Aroha. Favourite player of course is LeBron James. I like LeBron James. What about you guys?
Best player in the world for mine is LeBron James, but yeah, I mean, you saw there a little bit of nerves when you see him speaking there, and that's not going to bode well. You know, in my experience and what we've just seen there is you've got to come in confident. You can't come into these sort of things with those sort of nerves. Now look, it is high pressure in here, so we've got to give it to them, but you know, you could tell in him, you know, there's a little bit of that shookness, as we said, you know, a little bit of stumbling, so I hope he can turn it around, ready for the matchup shortly.
One thing I did like, obviously he's done a little bit of homework. I mean, he knows Zirinic is really good with his fadeaway threes, so that's something he's going to have to shut down. The question is, are you able to shut that down? Because defensively, the fadeaway three is so good. It's so hard to get, but if you do, it's hard to D up against.
Pai, weno, kia titiroa ki tātou kei te pehea ngā piro a tana huariri, ara a Zirinic. Zirinic, welcome back to the competition. We're only 3 weeks away from the grand finale of NBA 2K18. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling very confident. Yeah.
Any thoughts about today's matchup against Notorious-God?
Not really. I'm pretty sure he's going to be easy to beat.
What's your strategy?
Fade threes with Curry and use LeBron.
And in terms of leading up to today's matchup, have you made or done any preparation for it?
Yeah, heaps of practice. Yeah.
All right, any final words or shout-outs?
Shout out to the whānau watching at home and my friends and Taisino for helping me practice.
Karawe, thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
He nui ngā kura huna I puta I tērā ngā. We have a few secrets revealed there in Zirinic's interview. Of course, he's been getting some help from Taisino. His strategy is fade threes with Curry and using LeBron James. What do you guys make of that?
Not a bad option if I had to pick someone to go train with as well. He picked some of the best in the country. So, of course, he's doing it with Taisino, who's not in the tournament, as we alluded to before. So, good plan there.
What a name job. Yeah, thanks to Taisino for helping me. I mean, what a great coach. Hey, Taisino, man, can I train with you as well? I'd like to get better at this game.
Same. Yeah, I'll drop it too, Taisino. And, hey, Taisino, you know, hit me up.
Why not? Yeah.
Of course. So, very, very interesting as we head into this. But, of course, ladies and gentlemen, this is match number 2 here in LPL Studios in the heart of the Sky Tower in Auckland Central. Fantastic facility for the best gamers in the country. And, of course, it's all on the line here. Win and you go through and try to have your shot at being the best in the country at this particular video game. If not, pack it up and head on home, because only the best will progress. As we see here, the lineups, Rockets, Warriors, 2 high-octane teams. It is a best-of-3 matchup, 3-minute quarters for everyone that is tuning into this one. And, of course, win 2 and move on through. As we see the handshakes and the iconic teams in this one. 2 of the best in the team. Last year's Western Conference champions are these 2 teams. 2 different styles in one way, 2 very similar styles in another. Both love to put points on you and both very good defensively, as we see this one starting to move. Notorious-God, the 3 seed, up against Zirinic, the number 2 seed, as we see it early miss. And here we go, off to the races. Green and splash from that far. Here we go, nice way to start this one. 3-0, Golden State rolling.
Perfect way to start. First off, you pull off a good defensive play against the Rockets, then you're able to drop it down with the greenie.
And then we see a little move in there though, Kim on. You can't do that though, it's too easy. Do not let Paul get in the lane. Clog that thing up, put a body on him, as we see Curry trying to get himself a heat check early in this one. Hey, he can make those, but surely at this time of the game, the coach is saying, don't go that far, Curry, don't go that far.
And here we see the Rockets' Capella going up for another 2, unable to drop it down.
Nice outlet in front as Thompson looking to pound inside, moves the ball, nice skip pass across the lane. Green can't get that one to go, good second dance, and off the glass is KD, arguably the second best player in the world. Get up off the ground, he'll make that one. He looks at the ref and says, hey, surely there was a bump into that one. As we see here, Zirinic, top left corner, playing with Houston Rockets. Golden State are played by the Notorious. God is just rims out. Good rebound here. No second chance points at the moment, as we see Golden State moving the ball as they do. Curry, pump fake, dance, off the glass. No, good defense. Swatted away. Can they make this count though? Because they're on transition. It's a 3-on-2. Good pass. Ariza take too much time there. He's got to go straight back and go strong, Kimmel.
Yes, I think so. Oh, but he does pick up the foul there, so he gets 2 easy shots. CP3.
And I think this is going to be what the game is going to be like, as we see what we call the feel-out game right now, where everyone's just trying to check and what they're going to play like, and obviously both a little bit of nerves, as we saw in the interview stages of this one, in this high-pressure environment, and both doing a pretty good job. 1 point separates them as Green getting better with his 3-point shots, but again, not the best one with a hand in his face, and he misses that one accordingly. As we see everything at the moment running through Paul, but he's looking very good as he rolls that one in for 2.
Now making it look easy at the moment, but Golden State only 1 point behind. Curry with the ball, Green, the green light, making it look
what Green
easy.
means. So what is Green for everyone that is sort of new to this game, tuning in? What does it mean when that goes green?
That just means that that shot is going in every time, no matter what. You could have 10 people on you, but it's still going to drop a. That's what green light means. Let's go!
Oh, here we go. And we saw Capella goes, I'm going to give you a nice 2-hand, and Green says, I don't think so. And again, these are the momentum shifters, the things that make you go, pump my chest back at you. You get one, here's my one. As we see a 3rd dunk in a row. One, you've got to play defense, but hey, if you like offense, ladies and gentlemen, this is where it's at right now. Dunk to dunk to dunk. As Curry pretty, as a 2-time MVP, rolls it in and left hand off the glass, keeps this one tight here in the first quarter of match number 2 in the LPL Final 4. So we see a nice little inbound. Good defense from JaVale McGee. Durant, one-on-one. Oh, step back. And look, when you are, as they call him, the unicorn, he's got all the game. Nice little tip back in here by Green. Durant, what a class player. We're talking about a man who's 7 foot, can do it all. He's a fantastic basketball player, Kimmel.
Absolutely amazing. I mean, I was absolutely devastated when he left OKC. I was one of the people who turned against him for a while, but hey, you go where you got to go to get those championship rings.
Absolutely, as you see, hard a bit, he's defended really, really well. Good defense, good way to finish, and yes, that one there, nice tight game. Both should be very pleased with the way they're playing this one here. Look, not a lot, little bit of a smirk. We see Zirinic, he doesn't really want to look, make eye contact. Notorious-God just getting stuck into this one. And of course, potentially getting a little bit of chatter. That's what you expect out there on the court, eh? It's like what we call trash talk.
I would personally love to know what they were saying, man. If that was trash talk, I'd be all up in it. I'd be talking it up, because mind games, in my opinion, especially when it comes to esports, I reckon it's a huge part of the game.
Absolutely. I mean, even nice little, as I was just saying, Draymond Green, not the best 3-point shooter, got better, and then he hits a 3 to get this one to a 7-point. And like you said, going back here, Paul rolling through, kicks out to Tucker. He'll respond with a nice 3 to keep this one tight. And like I said about the trash talk, I mean, that's basketball too. It is esports, but of course, hey, everyone wants to chatter out there on the court. I mean, I'm known from time to time to do it myself, and you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But look, great start, 3 points. And this is, we saw dunk, 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 and now we see 3, 3, 3. So response for response. We talk about the momentum. Is this one too easy? As Chris Paul, the switch doesn't come, and he just rolls in there for an easy 2. 8 points, looking very efficient right now is CP3. Good defense. Here we go now to push out. This will bring him back into the game with a nice easy lay-in. Chris Paul is on fire.
He is. Now, Golden State need to be careful, because I can see on defense, not only are they letting in CP3, but they need to be careful for the pick and pop as well, as it's always open. It's been open the last 3 shots.
This is a good matchup too, and you did right there, come on, it's too easy. But that there, you can't let Steph Curry just roll you into the middle. Someone's got to come help him. Of course, you know, I mean, I'd favour him working the inside. I don't want him out on the inside, but this is, again, they're getting their way. Both teams are just sort of dancing one-on-one and just making their way straight through the middle. Defense has got to be better in that internal part of the game.
Exactly. I mean, the defense at the moment, I mean, the offense is good, but what's making it look real good is that the defense is lacking in spots.
And you see there, though, the nice come across to the help there, and he has to kick out. I'll live with that one. If you're a coach, you don't want them just to go on there and make those easy 2s. Make them make the 3-pointer, as we saw there, coming over with the help. And we see Tucker, who just can't get that one, rims out. Second chance points, Capella. Oh, and he gives it away with the turnover. Coach will be looking at that saying, those are the ones that matter. There we go, and this is where we get lazy. Another turnover, no good. As we see, some patience has got to unfold here as we head to this one with Harden. Good defense. KD, dribble, what can he do on the break? Nice outlet. Clay looks, can't get it done. As we head to this one, 45 seconds left here in the second quarter of match number 1 here.
Yeah, now here we have CP3 with ball in hand. I think we can, setting up for the pick and roll with Capella.
Pick and roll, doesn't quite get it, got to go for the loop. He doesn't need it, he is on fire at the moment. You can see not only has he got a symbol to represent it, but he's got 12 points in here, and he is doing it all right now for the Houston Rockets. Everything has to and is going through Chris Paul to keep them in this game, as Clay daggers from that at the end of the quarter. That's the stuff that hurts, because they played so well, they wanted to keep within 3, and of course they get that one there, and can they respond with a nice little rim, and it's out of there with 14 seconds left. Loving this game right now.
Oh, it's so good. Both players are so good. I mean, there was a pick and roll called back here, but he saw that Clay Thompson was open. Nice little check off there.
And there it is. There's the help that I said needed to come, and it did, and that's no good as he misses out there, but better defense there to stop Curry having his way inside.
Great half by both players. Only 4 points in it. They are both as good as each other at the moment. Definitely a good sight for 2 and 3.
Koia. Are we saying both of them bring their best game, A game, to this match so far?
I believe so. I mean, we're seeing it there. I mean, there's going to be a little bit more, I think, ramp up. I mean, it's the first half of the first match, so of course it's kind of tight. And when you look at the stats, look, there's nothing in this one. Yes, 4 points, but what's that in basketball? That's nothing. It's a possession here or there. 56 either way. Identical. Rebounds, identical. Assists, identical. Steals, identical. And so what's in it? Not a lot right now, except for probably a couple of blocks. But to me, this game is just wrapped up, and there is nothing in it.
There is nothing, and I think something he can do is maybe use Curry a bit more. He's only on 7 points at the moment. One of his top scorers could do a bit better there.
Yeah. What other improvements do you think either player could be making right now?
Well, what they were doing is they wanted to, like as you were alluding to in the comments there, we're just sorting the high pick and roll, and when he came through the lane, they were just having that. There was no help defense.
Right.
Once that happened, you sort of started seeing them having to make shots and make that extra pass. One, stay in that strategy. Don't let them get the easy ones through, whether it's Chris Paul or whether it was Steph Curry, and you'll start to see someone's going to have to make shots and someone's going to miss. So let's go. This one here, match number 1 here, matchup number 1, sorry, the best of 3 here in LPL Studios is, as we see it, early foul given away, and Steph Curry was a pretty move. 25.3 points per game is Steph Curry for the season. And of course, remember, this is the final 4, match number 2 here in LPL Studios, and it's the 2nd seed, Zirinic, up against the Notorious-God, the 3 seed. Someone has to win 2 out of 3 and get it done. Golden State leading this one 27-21, as we see a nice little put back in, 23-27 right now. Come on.
Yes, I'm loving the way he's using Capella right now. Nice little shot there by KD, unable to convert it into points though, so now Rockets on the attack.
What you don't want though right now is, if you are Golden State, don't settle for those ones and just, that is just, get out the way, Capella, that is angry, and that's the stuff that you want to see. Flexes the body and says, let's go, as it's 25 2-point game, and what a way to bring it back in. So Houston with the nice response right now, and this is what we want to see, is Zirinic getting back into the game as Harden dances, looks for the isolation in the wing with Paul on McGee. That's a good matchup. He doesn't want it though. Harden wants Curry, and he's too big and too crafty, and that'll take him to the line to ideally tie this one up. Harden, 29.1 points per game, 11 assists, as we see the Rockets played by Zirinic, and he gets this one tied up, and Notorious-God playing with the Golden State. That's a deep 3, and it's back. Oh, I don't know whether you want to just call that, but he'll take it in a game like this, 30-27 in the 3rd quarter. And this is what I was talking about in comments, easy. He's got to make that, but you've got to help if you are Golden State. Don't let that happen.
Oh, you do. Force them to make the harder shot. But Golden State lucky there, able to come back with another good 2.
And these are the runs that we kept saying, is all of a sudden Houston had a bit of momentum, brought it back, it was all tied up. Now we see Golden State making the run, 5 points in this one. What can happen as we see? Nice isolation move, ball movement's good. Tucker, he's trying to find what he wants. He gives it back up to CP3, who wants to suck. 7 seconds on the clock. What's he going to do here? He wants Curry, good matchup, kicks out. Tucker, can he get it done? No. As we see, 27 plays, 32. What is going to happen if Green at the top? Again, that's not a good shot selection. It's not a 3, it's a high kind of 2. It is an isolation 1-on-1. And
not only that, he was using Green.
Yeah, at least do it with Curry.
Exactly.
You know, so that's, and we see here he's called for the high pick again off that one, and he gets a foul. Shakes his head, he's not sure about that one, but again, leading him back in the game, and well done to Zirinic, just staying with this, staying the course. Now we're down to a 3-point game here in the match. 42 seconds plays. What can we do? And it's exactly what we talked about. I thought it was always going to be a nice one with the nice left-hand dunk by Javal McGee. He just salutes and says, there you go, you can't man me, you can't guard me. It's Chris Paul high, wanting this matchup. This is a good one. Curry and Paul, two of the best elite players in the game. Nice kick out, and Capella is playing exceptionally well. What's interesting for me though, Kimmel, is Paul is so hot for them right now. Everything's going through Chris Paul. We haven't seen a lot of Harden, and you know, maybe we will, but at this stage they don't need it because it's been too good with Chris Paul and Capella on the pick and roll, and we go back to the ball and Paul's hands again. What can we see here? And we see Harden, not a lot. Here we go, 6 seconds, suck it down, try to get back into this. Can he get within a 1-point game? Pulls up, there it is, bang, and that's what we like to see to end the quarter. 1 point, plays 34 plays, 33 Notorious-God up against Zirinic. What a great matchup.
I mean, the last quarter is going to be a real goodie. I mean, I got to give it up to both players. They both played really well. Maybe some of the shot selections, not the best in this quarter, but no doubt coming into this last one, they would have felt each other out in these first 3 quarters. So I'm looking forward to the end of this match. Absolutely.
And for the young players out there, whether it is in 2K competitively or whether it's real basketball, turnovers matter.
Yes.
Shot selection matters. Don't give up the ball easily. You know, don't settle for bad shots. You don't need to. Just play the course and make good reads, especially here when they're just basically a 1-possession game. Anyone can win this, so it's going to come down who's got upstairs and who can execute the gameplay. As we see here, Harden doing what Harden does. Oh, too pretty, and just misses that. Lay it in, Harden. Don't go for the glamour shot. As we see ball back in. Oh, and this it is with a nice foul. That's what I'd say. It's a good foul.
Yeah, especially
that's what you need.
Yeah, especially because if there's anyone you'd be wanting to go for the free throws, it would be Green as an opposition player.
Yes, don't let them just dunk, especially when you've just missed the dunk. Don't let Green come through and tomahawk it in the lane on you and pump his chest up in front of you with the possession. So that is what we call a good foul, in my opinion. I'll take that one, and of course, as you said, not a fantastic free throw shooter. As we see Paul, we talked about this earlier, don't let him get through the lane. Yes, you've got to make the foul, but bad defense if you're Golden State. Bad defense.
See, because the other one was a good foul because that was Green going up for the free throws, but here CP3, he's probably got one of the best free throws in the game.
And he takes the lead to 1.
Oh!
Here we go now. Houston Rockets lead this one. Zirinic with the comeback, and he leads this one over the Notorious-God with the Golden State Warriors up by 1. What can we do? Kevin Durant wants this matchup, and all he has to do, good defense from Capella. He is monster right now. And as we see, Harden pulls up, step back. If he gets this, he is going to be cooking. Not quite, he moves the ball around. We see Tucker trying to find, slows the ball and finds the matchup that he wants. As we see back in the man's hands himself, 17 points in the game is Chris Paul. He likes this matchup, he has all game, and there it is. No help comes, and 1. Bang! Gosh, your coach is going to be angry. Steve Kerr on the sideline right now is shaking his head going, don't
want to be giving away easy points, especially when it's CP3. I mean, he had the 2 and then he gave him the easy 1. Now a 4-point lead between them. It's a hard task for Golden State.
And this is what I was saying earlier, when you've got it, don't let them dance through the middle. At least come and crash the middle of the lane, look for the kick out and make that play, because you can't. And what happened was, once he went through, he would beat his man, and then of course he had to foul. Yeah. And now it's a 3-point play, and now you're up by 4. And then here we go, turnovers. We talked about this at the start. Don't give up the easy ball. And here we go, and Harden, whoa, cooking with gas, 41-34. And this may be too far to come back from the Notorious-God unless Curry can get something happening. Can't quite. Javal with the 2nd points. Can't make it again. Draymond got to go strong. Doesn't want it. This looks good. If KD can make this happen, splash. Now we're back into a good connection, 4-point game.
That's exactly what you want to see, especially KD. You may have seen the little ice sign down by his name. That means he's the opposite of on fire. That he wouldn't be playing well at all. So that 3 just would have brought him back.
Nice, and then we see they like this all game as Chris Paul with Curry up here looking for the pick and roll, and here it is. Can't quite get it done. He doesn't need to either. He's got time on the clock. You know, it's all for him to play with. As you see, Green rolling. There you go, and Harden starts to get involved in the game. We said, where was he earlier? And now he's about to come into his own. He loves the 4th.
Yeah, and great time management there. Used up all the seconds. As we know, 51 seconds left in this match. 6 points in it, Golden State. Oh!
They've got to make a stop. If you're Golden State right now, clock management. If you're Houston, you've got to make a stop for Houston. If they can make a stop, get a good get a good bucket back down the end, we're back into this. But do not foul. Do not give him the easy ones either. This is a matchup. You can live with this. Let him have it as he looks to go inside the hard. And what can he do? Must make a stop if you're Golden State. And that is just a pretty rebound and just an unlucky miss. KD has got to take that. As he does, here we go. 1 possession game, 3-point game. As we see Houston, 43, the fouls. I love it.
What a last 30 seconds. I'm on the edge of my seat right now.
Okay, so this is where you've got to manage that the referee is. These are good. Sorry, if you're the coach, let the referee make the fouls, and this is what you're going to start to see. So if you're not a basketball purist, you kind of go, why do they keep doing that? This is how you stop the clock, particularly if you're Golden State, because you have to get the clock stopped so you can make free throws. Houston, though, there's no need to be doing that right now as he's putting him to the line for 2 easy points. Don't do that.
I did not understand why he was the one doing that for a minute there.
Let him just play the clock out, you know?
Exactly.
So this is the thing, and this is fine. I mean, if you're Golden State, you want to put Houston there because you need the possession. But the other way around, let it play out, suck the clock. As we see Paul, too good, moves it out to a 4-point game. Make that 5, 16 seconds. Can the Notorious-God bring this one back? I'm not sure. And he fouls again on the side.
Why would you be fouling out right now? That tactically, I don't understand why he is doing this. Wouldn't he want to kill time a bit? Because he's ahead by 5. Oh, he was ahead by 5 points.
Absolutely, and this is exactly, and I think it's a little bit of sportsmanship maybe for the next game, because quite frankly they don't need it. He's just giving him the buckets and saying, okay, here we go. But at the end of the day, no need. As green means it's good, as it's 49 to 44 with 12 seconds on the clock. And this is totally sportsmanship, ladies and gentlemen. This has nothing to do with the game. It's just, you have a turn, I'll have a turn.
Yeah, I'm not understanding. I think even Zirinic's having a bit of a giggle now. It's
as we see this one, wash down 3-point game, and back to the line goes the Houston Rockets. And Chris Paul, but tell you what though, good for the free throws if it comes down to that later on. Good practice, good practice. 28 points is what you've got, 29. Chris Paul has been a monster. Oh, here we go. That's the deal. Don't foul. Let him run it out, and that's what they should do with 3, 2, 1. And that's the end of this one as we progress to match number 2, shaking hands.
Well, you guys said it's pretty hard to lose with Golden State, but there we go. Number 2, game 2. We've seen it happen right there.
It was an interesting end to the game, though.
It was.
I just like watching
I know.
What
was that about? What is that about?
I mean, yeah, one had to do it, clearly, to try to stop the clock. The other one was just saying, you know, you're going to foul me. I'm going to come back at you, you know. And I think that was part of it because it's tit for tat, because they know they're coming into match number 2. And it's sort of, I think, sportsmanship in my mind, because there's no reason to be doing it from a basketball standpoint. Let's just say that.
I would not have a clue. I'm at 6s and 7s. I'm not even going to comment on it because I don't know.
That's okay. I think it's time to take a break here. We will be right back after the break with match 2 between Notorious and Zirinic.
Flavor. Beats that move you.
All my life, I feel it in my veins. Push it harder, gonna climb up higher. It's like I just can't miss. I was made for this. I show the world I'm stronger. Prove it to 'em I'm a fighter. I can't help but win. I was made for this. I was made for this. I was made for this.
For the players.
No mai hoki mai te iwi, welcome back. We are watching Zirinic versus Notorious-God right here in the second matchup for the day. This is the finals, it's the North Island finals. Well, shall we call it next week? We'll see the conference, but yeah, game 2.
Game number 2 here in the LPL Studios, LPL NBA 2K18 1-on-1 tournament. Every player gets to pick 3 teams to play, and of course 2 means you go through, and the loser, well, simply they're out of the tournament. Big shout out to everyone that is tuning in and watches from across the Mutu, and of course on Twitch or Maori TV. Appreciate you being with us as LeBron just rocks the room and just says, let's get this party started. 2-0 as we roll into this one, and we'll see Notorious-God, who's down at the moment, 1-0 to Zirinic. He started nicely, and it's just a nice response. So we have Notorious-God playing with the Cleveland Cavaliers in the iconic black strip, and we have Zirinic leading this one 1-0, playing with the very, very good Golden State Warriors. As Steph Curry doesn't take the 2, he decides to, for whatever reason, dance the jig and then move it in, as KD goes, I'll take an easy 2 at the end of that anyway. Come on.
Yeah, I like the little pump fake there. He brought Love up, then was able to get a nice little back hook shot there. Nice play by Golden State. Zirinic playing very well.
And this one, of course, is 3-minute quarters, and Zirinic, he gets this done, and then he progresses through to the North Island finals. But can the Notorious-God bounce back and take this to a deciding match? We shall see, as there's a foul here, as the best player in the world says, look, I'm not going to have it any other way. I'm going to carry us all the way, as LeBron misses and rims out on that one there. An easy point missed for the King.
Yeah, one thing I have to note is Zirinic's defense on that. He read that he had the open 3, that Notorious-God had the open 3 out on the corner, and he D'd it out. Very well done.
You are kidding, KD, though, as he just sort of says, I get the foul, and swings it up, and then he makes it look too easy and makes it another point just for good luck as he moves this one through. 7 points to 3. All in control here is Zirinic, as we see LeBron too easy coming through the little. Now, of course, right now, Kimmel, if you are either team, you know what's going to happen. If you look at LeBron James, it's all through him, and of course, they've got to stop him getting his roll on and taking control of the game. If you're Golden State, well, of course, you know, Steph Curry's been getting it done, as we see the King just making it look pretty and fun for everyone in attendance.
Oh, it's hard when you're Golden State and you start to see LeBron James getting a good roll on, because we all know he's difficult to stop. That's the 3rd missed 3 in a row by Zirinic.
And what's happening here, though, is just LeBron. It's actually not even that good in the sense of there's no high pick and roll. You see there, a double there, and have to move it to the corner. Korver moving the ball back round, and what can Hood do? Running out of clock, 7, 6. They've got to make a play, and Hood is pretty as he jumps up. Former throwback to the MJ move where it's left hand and right hand and flicks up off the backwood. Hood can't complete it, though.
I've always wanted to be able to do that. Used to practice it quite a lot when I was young, and then I realised at 11 that I would stop growing, so I stopped playing basketball.
Did you ever make one?
No, never. Never.
Keep practicing at home, though, all the kids out there listening to this one.
But that's why I love NBA 2K, mate, because I can do it every day.
Absolutely, absolutely. And of course, 2 of the best players in the country right now playing head-to-head, as we see Kevin Durant just roll that one in. And this is a beautifully tight game set up. Nice for what is sudden death for whoever loses this one. As we see LeBron James just dances, kicks out to Hood, who was effective in the first game. Cole Korver, one of the best shooters of all time, can't get his trigger off here, as we see a nice high pick and roll. Love rolls. Lane open as LeBron just dunks over the top of Curry. That was just upsetting.
Oh, that was pretty to watch. That's the sort of stuff you want to see, especially playing this kind of sport. What a beautiful dunk there by LeBron James.
LeBron has just made this look so nice for everyone at home. I mean, he has had 4 dunks, and each one of them just super pretty as we end the quarter 11-9. Good feel-out quarter. 2 of the best teams in NBA 2K, and of course 2 of the best in the entire world. So this is a great one, Kimmel.
Yeah, I'll tell you this much. Zirinic missed quite a few shots there, so for him to still be in with just 2 points between them, I think he's in a good spot. Notorious-God, well defended. He defended really well in that first quarter.
Absolutely here, and we see a little bit of, not a lot of talk with inside the booth here in LPL Studios. You can see them, they're sort of pulled back because they know it's just looking what's at stake right now. Come on, $15,000 is on the line, and of course being the champions, we see LeBron doing what LeBron has been doing all game here, and he just having a dunk party to himself right now.
You would have seen Zirinic, he was quietly disappointed. How do you stop that? That's the question.
Good cut, McGee, and that's a poor foul, but that's a good bucket by McGee, who pumps his chest up, looks to the skies and says, hey, I'm going to bring us back home. Not the greatest shooter in the world, but he'll take that one. So these are what count. 1 point ball game.
Exactly.
See the
LeBron
K.
James now with the ball in hand. Let's see what he can do.
Oh, and just rolling through, and you see up the top there, Notorious-God. That's the first miss he's made. He knows he should have made that one because he'll get punished if not. Can't quite get it done. LeBron, though, I'm not sure what he's got helium in his shoes tonight because he is just throwing down tunk after tunk.
It's beautiful to watch, but there was an unfortunate miss by Zirinic. I feel like he should have gotten that shot. There we have Notorious-God with the offensive rebound.
James has been very good baseline. No one wants him, and then comes over for the help, and that's a pretty roll. And that's better defense, though. You can live with that. Don't let him get dunks as he's been having all game. And so JaVale McGee, hey, we can live with that if you're Golden State. As you see Curry deep and just pulls up. Not the best shot selection. I can see Steve Kerr on the bench shaking his head and saying, oh, I don't know about that, Curry. I love your shots, but not today. As we see another foul given away. 15-12 here in match number 2. 3-minute quarters here, Kimmel, for everyone at home. And of course, at the moment, Zirinic, who is playing with Golden State, leads this one over Notorious-God. And Curry Green, he's got that. Bang! Ba-bang!
Green light, let's go. Beautiful shot. Obviously, you can see Zirinic's been trying to line that shot up for the past couple minutes. I mean, it's the 3rd time he's gone for that exact same shot, but James here with a nice little tip-off for 2.
LeBron is on fire right now. He is doing everything as he always does for Cleveland, but he's exceptional tonight, and that's why they lead this one 17-15. As we see Curry slowing it down a bit. High pick and roll, doesn't need it, goes on the outside shoulder, and Hood trying to do it. That's green beams. Woo. And here we go, Curry getting hot. So this is the 2 of the best players in the world just saying, whatever you can do, I can do better.
That was nice. Obviously, that's his game plan. He talked about it pre-match. Fadeaway threes is what he's trying to do with Curry, and obviously it's working right now.
Oh, nice find in the corner. And Thompson, though, nice recovery from James, expected. And here we go, Curry, who has just had 2 ridiculously deep threes. He takes it on himself and just dances into the lane. Beautiful handles.
And there we have Golden State now ahead by 3, but it used to be the other way around, but some beautiful shots pulled off by Curry. Well played by Zirinic.
Of course, if you are Notorious-God and you've got the best player in the world, this is what you have to do. Just stay, ride him the whole way through, and LeBron will deliver, as he just did there with a nice 2 points to take this to a 1-point match here as we approach halftime. Draymond Green through, give up too easy. No.
And good thing about this as well is Zirinic will probably end up with the last position of the half.
Absolutely.
Which tactically is what you want.
And that's an important call, Kimmel, for everyone at home. You're 20 seconds on the clock, and if you're up, what should you do if you are Golden State? Play defense.
Yeah, exactly. Not what just happened there.
Yeah,
and saying that he'll be able to peel the time back here and try and get a fadeaway 3, no doubt, with Curry.
And he just pulls up early, and I'm not sure about that selection, especially with 12 seconds on the clock. He should have sucked it, and if he's going to take that shot, take it later on as Curry can't respond. So now Cleveland has the opportunity here in the corner to take the lead. Can he do it? And of course he can do it. Rodney Hood says thank you.
Oh, that was poor play by Zirinic. No doubt he'll be disappointed in himself after that. But beautiful
Curry, this is excellent, Kimmel. Hey. Oh, 1 for 1.
Wow. Definitely a very close game here, guys.
Oh, it's still on review though. They haven't given the points yet.
So what they're looking at is, did the clock go down before his hand got off? It's out. Look at the top corner. 0.1 well left his hand. He's going to make that. He is going to make that. The official review, that is too easy, and that's ridiculous from Steph Curry.
That's exactly what Zirinic needed. I mean, he gave away easy points and was able to come through with the last 3.
What do they say? You see, look at this, rolling through, and T-Lou shakes his head. I love it. Notorious and Zirinic, no banter at the moment, ladies and gentlemen.
It is also real. It is also, it's like we're there. NBA, this is real. It's not a game. It's, you know.
It was exactly what we hoped for and what was sort of said was going to happen. It's a 2 and 3 seed. It is literally possession for possession. I'm so excited right now.
It's tit for tat. And I mean, you know, I mua tonu te ihu o Notorious out of here. And Notorious was well ahead, and then next minute, you know, there's all these crazy free throws.
Yeah, well, look at these stats. I mean, the field goal percentage for Golden State, 59%, 71% for the Cavs, yet the Warriors are still ahead. That just goes to show how many more shots the Warriors are putting up.
And the two interesting stats for me right now is if you look at it, how is Cleveland getting it done? 9 rebounds, second chance points. If you're a Golden State, box out. I tell my young kids as well, box out, put a body on it, don't let them have those chances. But of course, if you're the Warriors, you're doing what the Warriors do very, very well. They're effective in moving the ball, 7 assists, looking very, very good.
Yeah, one thing I think Zirinic needs to try and do is he needs to put more bodies on LeBron James. I know that's something you don't really want to do, but at the moment he is just destroying them inside that key.
Yeah, and one of the ways you can do that, of course, is one-on-one playing someone like LeBron. It's always going to be hard, even if you're Kevin Durant. You can't match him, especially in a game like this. He's going off at the moment.
Yeah.
So you're right, I like your strategy. Throw 2 people at him so that LeBron has to make that pass. Now, he's a very good passer, but right now he's got about 20 points. So let's get the ball out of his hands if you're Golden State, because look at this right now, he's just doing what he wants. So yeah, great strategy. Will they do it? Let's see, because right now LeBron is having it all his way, and the game is here for someone to take. Zirinic is up 1-0. He is obviously playing over here with Golden State, and he leads this one by 1 point. Misses second chance points. Klay Thompson, good move, and one of the best slashers and 3-point shooters in the game today, as we see him here wanting an isolation on Green, moving the ball a little bit better. And what is Curry going to have for us as he looks to do a bit of isolation? High pick and roll doesn't happen. 7 seconds on the shot clock as Curry still wanting to dance. That's his lane. You saw it just there. Too easy. Good patience. Good move, Steph Curry.
Great patience. I was waiting here to see what he was going to do. He ended up just opening up the River Nile and walking straight through it.
And that's what I say to all the young basketballers out here. Sometimes don't get rattled. You've got 24 seconds. Take your match up and then get it done, as you saw Curry. It's a beautiful effect right now, and now it's a steal. Pulls up for Green, and he is extending the lead. 6 points. Now here's the momentum shift. Can the Notorious-God respond and strike back? Because he's going to have to. As we see Love looking to move the ball. He's open, and Green, can he respond? Rattles off, but bang! Here we go with Love with the second chance points, and that's what we're talking about. Rebounds for 9 rebounds, up to 2 in the first half, and he's doing it again right now.
Yeah, great offensive rebound. One other thing that we need. Oh, what happened there?
Backcourt violation.
Oh no!
Amateur.
Schoolboy error there.
Schoolboy error for one of the best in the game. As we see here, a nice set play, and who we got? No other than LeBron James. He'll like that. It's too easy on Curry as he bangs it through the middle. Got to look for that matchup. It's all about matchups there. Come on, when you see LeBron, a 6'10" monster up against a 6'3" Curry, you take that every day.
Because he's so athletic as well. He can do things that no mere mortal can do. It's crazy what he's able to do with ball in hand.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what makes him so phenomenally good. His IQ is great. You see there, double team. We talked about that early on, and that's what they've got to do. But then you can't let him do that, and that's an and one. Cleveland back in this one. Good response from the Notorious-God. He doesn't want to go home yet.
It was a great play. I mean, it was a good double team by him, but then LeBron James was able to open up some space, giving him the easy shot, and he got the extra one. That was not good for Zirinic.
This is, I mean, we've seen 3 straight NBA finals in real life for these two teams, and it just feels like that for me right now here in LPL Studios, as it's a ding-dong battle back and forward. Every possession matters, and hopefully you're enjoying it. Whether you are across the country, tune in via Twitch or Maori TV online. We love having you, and hopefully you're enjoying it as much as us here in the studio and giving you the call today as we see Klay Thompson turn around. Can't quite make it. He's got to make those ones, Kimmel.
He does, especially when he got no defenders on him. Klay Thompson, one of the best shooters in the game, not able to dot down there.
And this is it, Jeff Green, and of course they're running the 2. Nice movement, takes a shot, no, doesn't want it, kicks out, 8 seconds to go, and LeBron left-handed, and that is pretty.
Great work by Notorious-God. He is using LeBron James exactly how he needs to get up in this match.
And Curry, though, not one to go out without wanting. He's just going to keep playing the game. And here we go, have that patience again. We saw it earlier on. There's no rush, plenty of time left in the game. As a nice cutter goes through McGee with a nice left-hand dunk.
Beautiful, shuts that gap down to 1 now with James on ball.
So we see him here, what can he want? 5 seconds, he's going to go himself surely, and there's the foul that he wanted. And Iggy, one of the better defenders, says, look, I'm not going to have it that way, and LeBron had to bump him off. Great defense from Elgato to turn it over and hopefully get the last shot in to take the lead heading into the fourth quarter. Look for Curry, deep, throws it away, and then can Thompson deliver? He can. Maybe it's another review. No, they just got to call that one, come on.
Oh, I'll tell you this much. I thought he was setting up for the Curry 3, and I think so did Notorious-God. Put 2 defenders on them, able to check out to his outside post, man. Beautiful shot.
And that's what we're talking about. No turnovers, and we saw 1 turnover, and you get punished. You got punished, and the thing was, is if you think about the way the defender, LeBron, went through, and it started with a turnover, and then good execution at the end of that one for 3.
Great matchup by our 2nd and 3rd seed. Beautiful game. Last quarter, now 3 minutes left for Notorious-God. He needs to win this to carry on in this competition.
Absolutely, as Zirinic is 1-0 up. Remember, if he doesn't win this one, Notorious-God is going home. So this every minute, every second counts. I'm at the edge of my seat right now. I love it. It is so good as we see Thompson trying to extend, and he can't quite get it done. And so for you there, Kimmel, though, when you look at the strategies right now, what does Golden State have to do apart from not let James do this?
I think they just need better defense. I can see him trying to pull the double team on LeBron James. I think just better executing that should win him this game, because at the moment LeBron James, he's just running away with it.
As we see here, LeBron loving that matchup, and Curry's going to be no match if LeBron wants him down there in the block as the ball comes back to LeBron, and why not? Kicks it out to one of the best shooters of all time, and that should be good. Doesn't even need Greenman, it's still splashed for 3. 38-35. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, there is 2 minutes, and if the Notorious-God can't get it done, he is gone. So there is everything at stake here in the LPL 1-on-1 championship as Curry dances, looks for KD. And of course, quite game by KD standards right now. Come on.
It is definitely. I mean, we haven't seen him do much. What I do like is Zirinic is depending on Curry quite a bit. Well, we have a greenie by Thompson. That was a beautiful shot, leveling the score 38-all with 1:41 to go.
Exactly. I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as me and you are. This is amazing basketball as we see LeBron trying to second chance points. We talked about it. Box out Golden State as you see LeBron with a pretty move, and that's another 3rd possession in the same set as it goes off 4th, and that's it. LeBron looking for it, and surely they're going to be paid, and they are. They pay the price for not boxing out, and the rebounding is excellent from Cleveland.
I'm sorry, I should have been paying attention, but every single shot there, I couldn't believe that they were missing. Kevin Love just with the rebounds. I think it was something like 4 in a row. Oh, and Iguodala not able to convert.
As you see, they're letting LeBron just walk down, and this is it. You've got to do better, as you see. 43. Remember that Zirinic is leading this one, so the Notorious-God does not want to go home. Can he pull off the win and keep this alive for a match number 3? Well, we shall see. 55 seconds left on the clock as we slow it down into the corner. LeBron, nice little tip back and block, and Korver, can he get in the corner? Bang! There we go, 46, 5-point game. It's not over yet though, and Zirinic, he wants to put the dagger in and send the Notorious-God home. Can he get it done? Well, we shall see. 2 possessions is all it's going to take as we see Curry dancing with Hood. Doesn't want it, calls for the high pick, doesn't get it as he goes to the inside. Patience is good. 3 is out and wide. Iggy can't connect, and that, ladies and gentlemen, might be the end of this one as we're rolling with 22 seconds left, especially if Korver makes this one count. LeBron sucked down the clock as he should, and that should be the dagger, or at least the rebound dagger. Green means good, and that is the dagger, and it's over. 49-41, great match here, and this will go into match number 3 here, and it's all on the line right now.
Notorious-God doing what needed to be done to push this into a 3rd and final match with 1 apiece, and Golden State no longer up for offer. This last match, I'm looking forward to it, mate. Who are they going to pick? Who are they going to go?
It's going to come down to selections, like we said earlier on in this very exact matchup. Kimmel.
That's right, Te Iwi. Stick around, don't go far. After the break, we will be going straight to game number 3. It is sudden death between Zirinic and Notorious-God.
this all my life. I feel it in my veins. Push it harder, gonna climb up higher. It's like I just can't miss. I was made for this. I show the world I'm stronger. Prove it to 'em I'm a fighter. I can't help but win. I was made for this. I was made for this. I was made for this.
For the players. Flavor. Beats that move you.
Nau mai hoki mai ki NBA 2K18 whakāturanga motu hake i Wainganui a Maori whakāta Maori me LPL. Here we go. We are into sudden death between Zirinic and Notorious-God.
Yeah, thank you, Orene. And of course, this is going to be the best 12 minutes that people can get because it is all on the line. Match number 3, sudden death. One will go through and one will take on Paki, and one, well, simply they'll pack their bags and they will go home, Kamal.
Yep, and a good matchup here. We have Zirinic with the Cavs and Notorious-God with the Rockets. I'm looking forward to this matchup. I'm looking forward to see how Zirinic uses LeBron James in this match because that was one of his tactics.
Absolutely. I mean, LeBron was so dominant last time, though they weren't, you know, obviously they're controlled by a different player, but he was just so good. And you can go through that. What do they do with the Rockets? I mean, we've seen it played a couple of different ways, moving the ball, or they just go to isolation with Harden and just go through him. I go, and we just talked about it. That's what happens is it just rattles the rim to get us rolling. It was literally point for point, possession for possession last time in both these two games. So look, I can't pick it right now. It's Capella rattled to the rim and throws down a two-hander. It's 2 dunks to get this one going in the LPL NBA 2K18 1on1 championships. As LeBron just has his way, this is a dunkathon as he just makes it look too easy as he climbs and elevates and throws down a nice tomahawk.
And it's like LeBron has just carried on from the game he just had. He's just on fire. I mean, how do you stop that?
Well, it's pretty tough when you've got a 6'8" machine like that and someone that's got all the skills in the world, but of course you're going to have to if you're Houston Rockets, because if not, you're going home. And of course, thank you very much for tuning into this one. 3-minute quarters is all they have, and so one team will make it through, as we see Houston with a deep little jagger 3 in the corner, and that makes it 5 points to 4. And it's a good little feel out. 2 different types of styles are probably on hand here. Kimura just depends on how they play it. As Love gets a rattle on his hand, he wanted a foul call, nothing there on offer. As we see Trevor Reza moving the ball, Chris Paul, Harden, the beard in there off the glass, and that's easy for a man of his skills.
That was beautiful. Nice little switch from right to left off the backboard in for a nice easy 2. LeBron James with ball in hand now. What can he do? Everything. That's what he can do.
Yeah, the real question is, can you stop everything?
Yes.
And you got to pick your poison when you're matching up against LeBron. And so that's what, you know, do you live with the fact you want him to shoot threes? Do you live with the fact you want him to distribute? But I tell you what you don't want to do. You can't let him just come through the middle, throw down dunks in you for the entire game, because as we saw in the last matchup, he was too good and he scored about 20 points on dunks and won the game. So if you are right now and you're the Notorious-God playing with the Rockets, you're in control. As you see this happen as Zirinic rumbles to the rim with LeBron James to make this one a 1-point possession.
It's just so hard though, because he had 4 defenders on him but was still able to dunk it down. Like I said, how do you stop him?
That's exactly it. It's not easy, but I tell you what you've got to do is, if you are Houston, you've got to clog the lane straight away. And one is try to get the ball out of his hands. And as you see, that was super pretty from Harden. And the beard rolls in with a nice pretty finger roll, and he's looking nice here with 4 points, 2 assists to get this one started here in LPL Studios. yeah, to your point around LeBron James, how do you stop it? Well, you've got to get the ball out of his hands.
Yeah.
And he's got the ball, yeah, he can take 4-on-1, and this is what you don't want to happen. High pick and rolls, and he'll just pick his poison as we see him power his way through for a two-hand jam.
But what else can you do? I mean, you call the pick and roll, you have to get someone to defend against Korver, because he's going to get that shot if he gets the ball, but as soon as you set that person on him, LeBron James is coming down with the dunk.
And he does. You see Harden, who's having a great start to this one, and he's just rolling and looking pretty, as this is just not what you want to see, but great defense from one of the best defenders in the league. And what's Harden got for us, for the crowd? Beautifully done, and he hangs and dunks for the crowd and pumps his chest.
Notorious-God having a great first quarter, stretching the lead out to 5, but LeBron James with ball in hand, 3 seconds to go. What can he produce?
Can he get it? No. Battles off the Notorious-God. Excellent start. Kimmel 13, leads Zirinic at 8, and he's playing with the Houston Rockets, are doing all the right things right now on this, the sudden death eliminator.
I'm looking at Notorious-God. He's looking quietly confident at the moment, but the thing about Zirinic, he does not look shook at all. He looks like he's just setting his pace. He knows what he's up to. It's a long game, 3 more quarters to go, 9 more minutes. He is not out of it yet with 5 points, being 5 points behind.
You see them there, there's still no eye contact, a little bit of, I think, pleasantries or not pleasantries, but no one's over there. It's the first time there's made a little bit of eye contact. I mean, there's a lot of pressure right now, of course. We're talking about what's on line here, and every position's going to matter. So here we go. What can we see as we go back to the best player in the world, who's just been dominant for the Cleveland team, and a pretty move through the back, looks to split the trap. Can't do it as it goes down the corner, and Green looking for the isolation on Tucker here low, and James wants to high pick and roll, doesn't need it, it goes straight back through. Nice ball movement into Love, who gets blocked. It's an excellent defense by Houston, and the Notorious-God back into the post with James looking to find Love, who's been quiet, but he rolls in, and that's a nice start to the second quarter.
That was very nice, exactly what Zirinic needed. Just a nice little confidence booster going into the second quarter, closing the gap down to 3.
Absolutely, he likes this matchup, does. Harden with the high pick and roll, and he'll dance through. He wants Love moving the ball 2 or 3. This is what the Rockets like to do. Nice offense, quick, and then they've got 8 seconds here, though that's slow for the Rockets, who like to take quicker shots than that, but Harden likes that matchup. Good defense for Kyle Korver. Underrated defender, I must say, is Kyle Korver.
Yes, I think I have to agree. Oh, we have a miss there by the Cavs, but they get the offensive rebound. LeBron James with ball in hand, checks off to Love. Bang, nice little 3, clutch ball.
And even though they got it out of there, see, look, you can probably live with LeBron giving that pass out and making Love hit the 3. What you don't want is LeBron getting that and then just going up strong. So right now, both teams executing how they should and playing very, very well as Capella and the Houston Rockets are moving the ball very, very nicely. And you see the Cavs also executing well. Again, every possession is going to matter. Turnovers will be key.
I'm liking the defense that Zirinic is putting in right now. He's not letting James Harden get those easy shots off anymore. He's not letting him come close to the goal, and he's forcing him to take out those 3s.
And that's exactly what they should be doing. You did right. Good defense by Cleveland Cavaliers and stopping James Harden getting through. But this is what's happening. See, and he's making them kick out, and that's where the help defender comes. We can live with Love if you are the Houston Rockets. That's better as we see Harden pull up from deep downtown. It rattles off. And, of course, they get the second chance points as you've got to box out because, again, we're tied up here in the second quarter. There's only 6 minutes to come in the second half and a minute here, so the games are so tight. Every possession, every rebound is going to matter as we see Harden mussing his way in there, and that's a good foul to just stop him and put him to the line, but he's an exceptionally good free throw shooter.
Yes, he is. I think both players, they have adjusted their defense really well in the second quarter, both shutting out key players, but we have a nice little greenie there. He drops down 2 points. Houston now ahead by 2.
And so this is where other players have got to step up, even though LeBron just kicks out again. And that's an interesting strategy. I mean, LeBron at that point in time just throw it down, even though Love connects. And that's a high-risk pass, if you ask me, when you're looking at it, when the King could just throw it down straight to the lane and make it a guaranteed 2. As we see the Houston Rockets moving around. CP3 just so good with his handles and pretty little move. Finger rolls it off the glass for 2. Houston in the bonus right now, which means that if Cleveland foul them, they'll go straight to the line.
Yeah, now as you can see, LeBron James with ball in hand, just trying to kill a bit of time here. Back to James.
11 seconds on the stop clock. James playing all distributor right now. He hasn't taken the shot in this quarter, and then the one he does, he gets picked off. So excellent defense as we see Tucker. What can he do? Surely he has got to make this thing as he rolls it in off the glass to keep this one a 4-point lead for the Notorious-God and the Houston Rockets. As you see James, distributor, Hood, great three-point shooter, should have taken that, doesn't want it, goes back to James as he crosses them up, and you see them collapsing in the middle, which we said has to happen, and you see 3 defenders clog the lane. So good defense by Houston, and as he blocks the king. Excellent defense by the Houston Rockets and the Notorious-God. He is adjusted, and he is playing very, very good defense.
Defense is winning the game right now. That's all I can say. Notorious-God playing very, very well against Zirinic.
Yeah. Surprise, surprise. What does Zirinic need to do?
Well, if you have a look at the stats there, yeah, very, very good point here. I mean, Zirinic, he's down by 4, but it's the rebounding. For me, that's the difference. You know, you see the Houston Rockets, we know they're going to take a lot of shots, but it's those ones. It's the 4 extra shots that they're getting, and that's obviously where the lead is right now. So you've got to box out, you've got to get the second chance rebounds and stop that happening for me.
I'd like to see him. I found in that second quarter, he started driving the lane with LeBron James and then checking off last minute. Even when the shot was open, I'd like to see him just be a bit more confident with LeBron James with ball in hand.
Like we saw in the second match, they're being controlled by Notorious-God.
Yeah, very interesting on that there. Come on, like you said, as we roll into this one, remember, sudden death is on the line. One of the 2 best players in the country, the 2nd seed in the LPL tournament, up against the 3rd seed in 2 quarters time. One is moving on to face the reigning champion Paki, and one is simply going home. Do not go anywhere. Buckle up, because this is going to be a wild, wild 6 minutes as we see a pretty play and lob as we'll head in there. And to your point, Kimmel, as we head back to what Cleveland was doing so right in the first quarter and not so much in the second, was they made LeBron James become a quarterback and effectively move the pass, and like you said, he's got to take some of those easy ones.
Yep. Nice little offensive rebound there by LeBron James. Exactly what you said Cavaliers needed to pick up was their rebounds. So well done there.
As you see a high pick and roll, and James is going to go to himself. He likes this one, Love, just in the middle. And this is what LeBron's got to do instead of kicking up. But he's got to convert those ones, especially when you are so big and powerful down there. And with the game on the line with 6 points. That's a deep 3 from Harden, and that's a heat check, because you know you shouldn't be taking that one if you're some little Johnny at home practicing your 3-point shooting.
Exactly. I was a bit iffy about that shot. I don't think it was needed. K-Love had the open shot, unable to convert it into points though.
It's a confidence thing for me. You know, that's the thing is at the moment, momentum is all with Notorious-God and the Houston Rockets, and that's why you're pulling out from 30 feet behind the 3-point line, because you're so confident, and it shows right now, right? They're moving the ball so well, and green means splash, nothing more, and that's 24-15. Zirinic, you can see him shaking his head. He knows he is on the ropes right now. It's how do you respond? Can you handle the heat and give a blow back? And as you see, that's the way to do it.
Exactly. Zirinic, I don't know how he's feeling, but 3rd quarter, just over 4 minutes left in this whole match. I don't think he'll be feeling too confident. I mean, he came into this game knowing, yes, I am the 2nd best player in this competition, but unable to get ahead right now.
And you see them talking at the top. It's Notorious. He's risen in these last 2 games. He's starting to get momentum. You can feel it. You can see it in the players' eyes and the way they're playing. So how do we respond, Zirinic? It's now or never. You don't want to go home, but turnovers are not going to help your cause. We see CP3 dribbling down the court, looking for, oh, that's pretty, as he hands it in, and just at an exclamation point right now. He is on the ropes, 11-point lead with 42 seconds in the 3rd. He has got to make a stop here, and this is the way to go. Put the best player in the world with the ball and let him go to work, Kimmel.
And that's all he needs to do. Zirinic doesn't need to panic. Just get the ball to LeBron James. You know, touch out those offensive plays. Just let him have a tutu, let him have a play, and just see what comes up.
Yeah, I really like what you're saying there as well, is there's no panic. The key is not to get rattled. I mean, we see this with a lot of inexperienced teams as they sort of think they're down. You don't have to. There's plenty of time. We've still got another quarter to go, but certainly you've got to start making shots, as we see Houston still making their ones. 11 points is the lead at the moment with 10 seconds. One good shot here. Don't give Houston Rockets a second chance to do it. Love, Green, that's good, and that's how you respond, Kimmel.
That was a beautiful way to respond. Just picks the confidence up going into the 3rd quarter. Can he get the extra 2?
Surely the foul LPL was there, doesn't get it. Everything was right, Kimmel. Unlucky. I'm not sure about that call.
Oh, that would have been perfect for Zirinic to go into the fourth quarter down by 6, but he's down by 8. A lot better. He was down by 11.
But those are the momentum shifters, you know, like the thing is he got the bucket with LeBron,
Yep.
he gets a steal, yes he didn't convert, but you start to see that the momentum's back over here. He needed that because you could see with his gameplay and everything, he was on the ropes, he wasn't coming back, and then that 11 points could have gone to 15 and then it's a hard road. Now it's 8 points, full quarter to go. I still think it's anyone's game right now.
Yeah, confidence should be high for Zirinic. He may be down by 8, but he played very well towards the end of that third quarter. Notorious-God, though, still looking happy, still looking calm. He's looking confident as well.
And of course, this is the LPL NBA 2K18 1on1 Championship, probably brought to you by PlayStation Pro, Logitech G, Flavor, and of course, Maori Television. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you are enjoying this as much as us up here at LPL Studios, because this is where it's at. Everyone lives for the fourth quarter, so who can stand and who can deliver, as we see a 10-point ball game. One of these gentlemen will be going home, and these are 2 of the 3 best players in the country. As we see Cole Corver looking at it, rattles it in and says, I'm not going home that easy.
Like you said, he's one of the best shooters in the world. Kyle Korver, beautiful shot. Great work to play by Zirinic.
Now you've got to make stops. It's all about defense, and it's only position by position. Say this all the time in basketball, it's got to make a stop and make a shot to the other end, but certainly don't give them easy ones. So this is very good by Cleveland. Look at them, holding them out. 5 seconds on the stop clock. This is good defense, but that is what you cannot do. You can't let them off the hook.
Yes, no, he was doing so well, giving away an easy 2, especially to CP3, not something you want to be doing.
Those are what you call coach killers. You know, they're the ones where you've done everything right to the 20 seconds, 22 seconds, you give away a foul.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what you can't do, especially if your team is down. But look at LeBron just off the glass, rolls out. And he can't make that one, make them pay for leaving him open, as we see it. 25 plays, 34 right now with 1 minute 50 left here in the final matchup of today in the final 4 of the LPL NBA 2K Championship. You see the ball move, Corver deep, can he get it in? Rattles out, no good. Tucker looking to keep the high octane pace that the Houston Rockets are famed for, alive and well. We slow down now as Harden looks to connect, and that could be, as they say, the dagger.
Oh no, 12 points, Zirinic. He's not feeling too confident, I bet you that much. Now with LeBron James with ball in hand, checks off to Love, out to that corner, Green with the 3.
Good response,
It
so
was.
we're still alive. Now we've got 9 points. 3 possessions is all it takes, but again, I go back to the point we hark on as coaches in basketball, got to make a stop. Play for the position now. You're down, don't make fouls, don't give up stupid buckets, and let them shoot it, right? So that's all he can do, and he's doing it very, very well here as there's no fouls. Double teams, comes out from the corner as we see a nice deflection. Unlucky there, but there's 5 seconds. This is excellent defense. They've got 5 seconds. This one you got to dig deep if you are Zirinic and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yep, he's done well so far to D them out. Not leaving enough time. You don't want to get, you don't want to be giving the open shot. Beautiful green light by Notorious-God. Well played.
Well played, and that's good execution if you are Houston, taking what's on offer as we see a turnover, and that's a coach killer again. And to me, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the road as we see pretty alley-oops. 12 points is a road too far for mine in a tournament that only allows you 45 seconds to get back into this one, as we see Zirinic, Notorious-God, and this one sort of, I guess, enjoying the final 38 seconds of what's been a phenomenal matchup here in LPL Studios.
And I have to say, it's another upset. I was not expecting Notorious-God to come out and play like this, especially against Zirinic. I mean, Zirinic is a quality player, but Notorious-God, end of the day, has come out on top.
He has, and now it's just all showboating, and they're both in there just, I guess, enjoying their final moments. I mean, for Notorious-God, he's got a big task ahead of him, but for Zirinic, he's obviously here and he's enjoyed himself, and you know, it's been enjoyable having him in the tournament and meeting him from behind the scenes, but right now I guess he's soaking it up, and it's what could have been for him, unfortunately.
Yeah, but it is not over for Notorious-God. I mean, he has the hard task of taking on Te Paki, who I think we can all confidently say is the favourite of this competition.
Absolutely, here we go, and the brotherly shake as it should be. It's been a great, great matchup. What an awesome one here in the LPL Studios.
Outstanding mahi there from Notorious-God, and of course Zirinic. Aha kua te aha, you know, me puta te hu o tētahi, and of course today we saw it would be, it is Notorious-God, who advances to the finals, not the finals, the semi-finals against Paki.
Well, it's the conference finals coming up next, so congratulations. Firstly to Zirinic, and obviously, you know, for not getting there, but what, 2 great shows, and we look forward to
Some
Notorious.
quality gameplay there by Notorious-God as well. Got to give him big ups because he is the 3rd seed, you know, and he did take on somebody just as, you know, if not more powerful, I suppose. Almost there against Paki, which is Zirinic.
Yep, exactly. I think what let Zirinic down, I mean, he had that second match. The second match was his, but he let that go just through small mistakes, not dropping shots, not picking the right option. So end of the day, did
Would
he
you
lose
say
it for
that
himself?
let him down?
I mean, look, when I said to both of you two earlier the day, I said I picked him. So, I mean, I got it wrong, and I do have a feeling that he should have got it right. They say, oh, yeah, so we can't have them all. So I'll let you guys have that one. But I think it was Zirinic, you're right, they had it. They had it, and he led to number 2, and from that it was over for me.
Ka pai. Hoi anō e te iwi, ko tahi te tua I puta te ihu I tēnei wā ara ko Notorious-God. Let's go and see what he has to say.
Congratulations, Notorious. How do you feel that went?
Good. Those were close games, man. He's a hell of a player.
And Zirinic put up a really good fight there. How do you think you took it out?
Just defense. Like, his offense is good. One of the best in the comp, but yeah, just got to play solid defense.
So you're back in 2 weeks' time for the North Island finals. What are your thoughts, man?
I'm excited to get to verse Paki now. Time to take the champ out.
And what are you going to do to prepare for that one?
Nothing really. I'm ready to beat him.
So any words for your next opponent?
Yep, get ready. I'll see you at the casino again.
Great game, mate. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time. And once again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Fighting words there from Notorious-God. Get ready. I'll see you at the casino.
Yeah, and he's just like, well, you're going to practice? Don't need to. Got it in the bag? Don't need to.
But that's what I find. A lot of these players, when I walk in here in the morning, I'm like, yeah, how's the training been going? They're like, oh, I've played a lot more Fortnite than I have 2K.
It's all about the Fortnite these days. But, hey, 15K on the line here, you know.
I mean, we've had hundreds and hundreds of people into this tournament. It can't be understated. We're
That's
down to
right.
the final 2.
Exactly.
I mean, these 2 gentlemen are going to represent all of the North Island. So that is, I mean, it's a phenomenal achievement in itself.
Today was an amazing day, actually, when we consider the tournament itself. We had the top 1, 2, 3 and number 5 of North Island. It was a great lineup today. Watching Te Paki advance, should I say, to the next round. And here we have it. Anei te whakararangitanga o te whakataetai I tēnei wā. This is week 5 and this is what it's looking like. Going into the grand final from the North Island is Te Shakor Paki and Notorious-God. But let's take a look at next week's lineup. It is the final 4 for Te Waipounamu, the South Island, and it looks something like this. Of course, Mini Slug, he was golden last week, and he's up against Riz, who took out the match against Henny King Steve. After that, it'll be JD, another must-watch versus Tropic Superstar. But today, of course, it is Notorious-God. We just saw him take out Zirinic. Overall views, you know, in terms of Paki got Notorious today, based on today's performance, what do they need to bring to the table in the grand final?
Look, I think Paki's, you know, Paki's to lose, in my opinion. I mean, he played so well. I mean, look, it's a competition, so I don't want to underestimate how good the Notorious-God was too, because he played phenomenal. He got momentum in it, so I don't think it's going to be a sweep. Paki still is very, very strong. I do like the look of JD over in the South Island, though, as well. I think either way, he's looking very strong. That's for mine, for what I've seen so far, but, man, I had a great day here.
I'm in the same boat. I think Paki and Notorious, they need to watch JD's game next week, because for me, he was also one of the standouts, not only from the South Island bracket, but across the whole competition. Paki definitely needs to watch out for that game.
That's right. Hoi anō te iwi, thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget, hei te toru te kau o Mahuru, the 30th of September is our grand finale, which is not too far away, only about 3 weeks away. So we are looking forward to that. We've got the finals for the South Island, the final 4, should I say. Reiterate. Also, thank you to all our sponsors, who are
Logitech G, Flavour, of course, PlayStation 4, and of course, Maori Television, and of course you. Wouldn't be here without you guys at
That's
home,
right,
of course.
and all our whānau on Twitch who have been keeping their thumbs busy all afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Thank you both. Also, kaua e wari te iwi hei tēnei wiki ka whakanui ai tātou I te reo Maori. It's Maori Language Week. Give it a go. No matter how big or small, just give it a go. One kupu a day will get you all the way, I hope. Hoi anō. Ko mātou tēnei mihi kauatu ana ki a koutou katoa. Tēnā koutou I tau mai, I mātaki mai tēnei o ngā whakāturanga motuhake a whakāta Māori me LPL, NBA 2K18. Kia āhuru te noho, kia haumaru te haere na mātou katoa I konei, e noho rara.